Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello,
Out there in TV
hello.
land. There we go.
Hey, it's Saturday Night Live.
That's right.
We are home.
We
are getting ready.
Yeah, we had a good day. We actually got out of the house some today, and it was well deserved, well needed, and it was pretty fun actually.
Yep. We went for a drive. Those of you who follow us on Twitter, you have seen a little family photo I posted today earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my accent lately. Yeah. Earlier today was quite fun. It was nice. Wasn't hot. Yay!
Yeah, no, exactly.
It was a nice and still is nice Saturday day. It's sunny, but it's a little breeze, and it was finally my lungs were like, oh, fresh air.
It's there.
And we went for a drive, and I would say it was very, very nice. We went for a drive, and Andrew brought us to this amazing place where they have three old planes out on the field, old planes, and you can actually get into them. There was like Cessna and two other planes.
Yep.
And that was so fun because you could actually press the buttons and and the flaps some of the flaps are working.
Yep.
And you could
all
do
three of them.
Yeah.
All three of them still had functioning flaps.
And we spent, I think, a good hour there with kids.
It's a road stop on the way between Ottawa and Montreal.
Yeah.
And kind of another way place. I haven't stopped at that one in years, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was, it's just good to get out of the house, so to say.
Oh yeah, we needed
especially
it.
After such a hot weather, so it was very, very nice. And
well, a hot winter and a very cold winter, so it's been a lot of kind of cabin fever going on. So
yeah,
it was, and those moments really are pretty appreciated. It feels good to kind of the old expression.
I don't have anything uploaded yet, so if you guys can see. There. That's there in the plane. We will probably show up some pictures.
I want to show that. I want to show that one on Facebook.
Yeah.
I want to show that one.
We will share some of them on Tuesday Tech Talk. Actually, I took some pictures with my phone of the kids, but I also took some pictures with my camera because I took camera with me. I followed my own advice that when I had my camera just at the very beginning of my adventure to photography, and just took camera not knowing where we're going, and thank God I did because it was very nice. And I took pictures of all, planes and things inside. And
oh, I didn't know you changed the background.
Yeah, that's the picture that actually I posted on Twitter, but you can show it.
Oh, okay, well, no,
for people who haven't seen, maybe.
I'm not okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even know this was up. So there you go. I'm learning something new all the time.
Yeah,
so.
It was so much fun.
And yeah. Well, let's see. This was us inside the plane. As you can see, it wasn't exactly all shaped and ship ready for flight.
No. It was like really old, and they're
old abandoned Cessnas. That's exactly what they are.
And there is nobody looking after them. They're out in the field in Ontario. So it was lots of fun because we could do all that,
And my daughter, she was in one of the planes. Xenia and Chris were over in another one, and then she was playing into it. And I said, "Where are you flying to?" And she told me, I asked her where she was flying, and she said, "Up high in the sky to Jesus and God," which kind of surprised me.
Yeah, because we don't our faith is more the inside one. Like we are baptized and things like that, but we don't regularly go to the church, so it's not in her daily lexicon. Therefore, it was very surprising. There you can see her in the seat of the plane. That was very cool. They loved it. They really enjoyed it, and it was free.
Exactly. It's just behind a truck stop, just sitting there. So
it was free and fun. We had a fun morning, fun day.
It was fun,
and didn't cost us a penny. Well, except for the gas, I guess, because it was in Ontario and we were in Quebec.
Dad's Pirates, I know. Hi guys, thank you for the kind words. Well, no, and I thought it was so cool. He was actually changing his Piranha today, moving it over to a new tank and stuff like that. So I thought it was really cool.
See that. Yeah, the plane was interesting though. It was very interesting, and like Audrey, obviously, she was all excited because we can get in. And then our middle son, he's all into planes to begin with. I guess it's in the blood.
It's one of those things where you don't need to spend a lot of money. Just go for a drive and see what's out there.
Yeah.
And you never know what you run into, and your kids are going to appreciate it so much the same as if you spent more. I believe, honestly, sometimes more. It's not that there's nothing wrong with going to places that cost money and parks and stuff like that. But there's something to be said for just carefree days of just kind of winging it with them. You know, it gives you a little bit back the few moments of probably how they're feeling in their life right now. It gives us as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And we felt good too because we used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
And I think the winter has been long and we haven't done it for a long time.
Very true.
And this might be just the beginning of
cabin fever times.
These drive through. Sometimes we do this to the States. We go to Vermont or, the upper states and just for a drive or 2 hours, and custom always looks at us like we're crazy because we don't bring anything back from the stores. We just go for a drive.
Very funny, Panic. Very funny. That is a good pun. I always love a good pun.
And that's true. Lots of our travels is like that because it's a you don't need to spend money for kids to be excited. Exactly. We didn't spend anything else. Just the gas money. We weren't like packed for snacks and drinks. We weren't drive and had this amazing, awesome experience.
The best out of the moments.
Yeah, memories. So very excited, and still excited for the weather not being hot. Yay! You all heard my rant yesterday, so.
Oh, and I heard it long before we went on. Long before.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, would you like to pass me what you made me today?
Oh, guys. Okay. You like, you gotta do little things. Again, talking about stuff
this that
doesn't cost money. I was making supper today. Well, part of it. You made ribs, and I made cold potato salad.
That's right.
You know what? I have a gift for Andrew. So, da-da-da-da. With a red bow. All pretty tied up and packed. This is an empty potato sack. So now every time Andrew wants to.
Anybody doesn't know, that's my safety word when Xenia gets carried away is potato sack. It means help, I need an adult.
I think we should place it together like when we do the behind us, the shelf.
It's unbelievable, folks.
But it's pretty.
Oh, it's a
you
doll.
better keep it on your side because you won't need it.
There we go. So it's on my side.
So welcome and thank you for spending some of your time on Saturday with us. One of them appreciate that, and some of us and you guys are like family and friends to us as well. It's always a date night for us. 6 times a week, it's a date night for us. So thank you so much. Let's see who's out there.
So Shire, because you're heading to the movies, I want to say thank you. So thank you for dropping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful time at the movies. Enjoy it. And Urban to Pay Tours, I'm actually watching on laptop while editing videos. Yay me. You are a multitasking man, my friend. Only a truck driver could pull it off. So cheers to you.
I hope you're not driving at the same time, though.
Jeez.
Well, I don't know. Well, you said multitasking. Potato sack. Michelle, thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
And thank you. We appreciate even if you just tune in and say quick hi. Panic D, sorry didn't make your live today. I'll check that out afterwards. As I was saying,
we had guests over for supper.
We were on a drive, and then we had guests over for supper.
Baby.
A baby. My God, I can't. Keep my hands off the baby. I'm gonna hold the baby and carry it around and sing songs.
As long as you're getting your fill like that, that's amazing.
No, I don't want any more kids. I'm more than happy to spoil somebody else's baby. I just love her. You got 2 hours and 47 minutes. Wow. Well,
good job.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Excellent. And speaking of congratulations, they're not here right at the moment, but they do come in. We're going to say it too. Craft Beer Pours, you remember, it was probably one of our funners for laugh streams. We had an amazing time with them. They just celebrated they hit 600 subscribers. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So
amazing.
Happy for them.
Yeah. Yesterday we had a great live stream as well. Beauty, Brenda's beauty vlogs was on, and she was. We were trying to figure out what we both have in our makeup bags, her and I, and she was teaching me what to do with different stuff that I have and what I still need to get. And was a cute, nice tutorial. I was trying some things out on my face on the camera as well to see if it makes a difference, and it did.
I had fun in the chat.
Yeah, and Andrew had fun in the chat, and girls had fun through. We also discussed in the chat afterwards different natural skincare solutions, so to say. So if you're interested in that, go over and check yesterday's stream.
Although Tony from Silverado Collector, he had some good points about skin creams and all that stuff, and everything. Benjamin weighed in. And stuff
exactly.
like
that. Ben was in right on time too. So that was really cool. And she was celebrating her 1,000 a week before that. So that was a great occasion to have. Well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Drive safe. I know you're not right now, but anyway, still drive safe. But
yes, because Xenia will believe it, and then we'll hear her afterwards. And then I hope he's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's true. I'm worried about you guys when you disappear. I'm worried personally if something is wrong, and then when you guys talk stuff, I don't know if it's true or not, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope they're okay. By the way, I'm worried about a Polynesian vlogger.
Yes.
Because we didn't see him yesterday on our live stream, and I hope he pops in today, or if somebody have seen them at any point, just let us know. Ice, please. Yeah. Just let us know, because the situation with volcano has expanded rapidly lately, and he was just 6 miles from it, although he said it's safe. I don't trust him.
They were starting to threaten a fine if they weren't to leave yesterday. They up the.
Yeah, because apparently lava is going to soon block the only road out. So I just pray and hope that he's okay and he's listening to the authorities and moving out if he's on the way there, because it's nature. It's scary. Yeah, I really hope he's okay. So if anybody have seen him anywhere else, please let us know, because we are thinking about him. That's how close you guys are growing out, up on us. It's unbelievable. Tomorrow is going to be Sunday. Tomorrow we don't have our live stream because we are here 6 days a week, most of the time, not 7. And Sundays will miss you like crazy, because we're so used to having you almost all week. And then, so when you don't show up, we start to worry. 6 hours. Oh, so you have to go soon. Is it 8 hours off you have to be?
I thought he got home yesterday. I think he means he's sitting in his at home or something.
Oh, yeah?
I could be wrong. I thought you got home yesterday. Muskie, how are you? Good to see you.
Hi, hello. How's the fishing going?
Tight lines, my friend. How you been? And Christy Kane. I actually want to go to the list.
Yeah, we've got. I got carried away, of course. So hello and welcome to those of you who decided to join us today, even just for a quick hi. Beauty and the Burr. Hello. Irvin the Beat Tourist. Cali Bay TV. Christy K. Knight. Michelle Johnson. Muskie Hans. North American Trains. Welcome. Panic D Videos. Cher Erickson. And Cheryl, the original, of course. And for those of you guys who are out of the chat but still watching us, hi, hello, too. If you can say a quick hi, do that. But if you're too shy or you can't, that's okay, too.
I forgot to send a link, in YouTube there. In Facebook, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's do a little housekeeping, shall we? So today we are going to have amazing guest that I was training myself to pronounce all week. Chamly Fannel is going to be on, a family man who has gone through lots of life lessons, I guess, and revelations.
Very much so.
A chef, a poker player, a family man of 2 2-year-olds and a 6-year-old, and all in all, amazing and funny man. So we're really looking forward to talking with him, having a closer conversation about all that, and him surviving life, as I said today on Twitter, because of truly what he is doing. So that's later on today. And right about now is the time for you guys to hit that like button and to smash that share button because more the merrier. And for those of you guys who are too lazy to smash those buttons, well, go to our Twitter page and reshare one of our tweets about this live stream. If you're too lazy to do even that, that's okay too.
Hi, Philip. Seen you a little while ago. Wanted to say hi to you. Thank you so much for coming once again. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
How is your guys' Saturday going? And
Hope everybody's doing well. Reese's.
hello. How are you doing, dear? Is your allergy completely subsided? I hope so.
We're worried about you, especially. We've been wondering how you feeling. Did it pass?
Our daughter had, by the way, I think you missed that stream when we were talking about. Our daughter had a huge allergic reaction to mosquito this week. She went on a field trip on Thursday, and mosquito bit under her eye. Well, both of her eyes almost swell shut.
Yeah, it was
for 3 days. We had to leave her home for the day after. It couldn't see almost nothing through it. A weird reaction to it, but she's fine now though. But yeah, so we're thinking about you too. And also, for those of you guys who have their YouTube channel updated lately and have added the messenger part to it, please go and use this link to add us to your YouTube Messenger so you can send us a message or share a video with us, your own or any good one that you have found. Yeah.
WJ AutoWorks, who was our guest for supper this evening. How you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while.
Siddharth K. Shap, good morning from India. All right, well. You're on Sunday now.
Excellent. Now there's somebody else looking into the future for us. So,
Erwin is pick up the load in the morning and just sitting and waiting.
Oh, those are. Yeah, I never liked those parts.
Flavin Epic, welcome back. You're good? Did you go to the store, get snacks? Yesterday you were right on time. You went to the store.
That's right.
And then you came back right when the...
Always love having you here, my friend. Yeah, if you guys can tweet it out. I was checking today. We're actually... Man, I can't believe it. We're like less than 8,000 minutes right now away from being able to monetize the channel. I cannot believe how quickly that grew and how fast. And I thank you once again to each and every one of you, because every minute you guys spent with us has helped us get there. It's truly appreciated, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I hope we give back to you a tiny bit for all that you give to us. So it was not that long ago because we lost a lot because the video cycle, because it goes to 365, and I kind of gave up on the channel for a while. Didn't even think it was like a consideration, and now it's going to be like
we almost had to start from scratch for views because we weren't really doing anything with it for a good while there.
That's right.
It was really passive use more, and as we were saying before, we did start it first as a business side channel, so to say. So it's really good to have monetization more for being recognized in like Canada YouTube server, so to say.
Exactly.
And being brought up more as a suggested videos and things like that for local clientele as well. So
I know a lot of you guys are doing it as a hobby, and I get that, and we're not pushing. Listen, the chances of making it here big time and that'll be your job, and as much as it sounds nice, it's the same as looking at it from making the music business. Most of us are never going to have a chance of getting to that point, but we all have a chance of getting to that point at the same time. The biggest thing is, though, even if it's just a hobby, and that if you can try to get yourself monetized, just for the simple reason is YouTube will push your videos a bit more because then they're making some money off of it.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why, and for us, it gives us more coverage. So more times when people type in videographer, photographer, Puša Studios, we're more relevant in the searches because our name keeps coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main reason to do it. And I hope you guys want to do it as well for those reasons to start at least. And never give up on the dreams of people who do want to make it big onto it. It is possible. I just don't want to ever see anybody get hurt on something that is a hard hill to climb. And a lot of it's on luck. Like, how many times have you walked in the city, come around a turn and heard a street musician that has 10 times the talent of anybody you've ever heard recorded? And the first thing in your head is, of course, like everybody else thinks, why is this guy not making $1 million? Well, the day that his break came, his father got sick and he couldn't make it to the gig. He had a cold that day and couldn't sing well. His car broke down and he was all flooded when he got there. And a lot of times that break just didn't come. It was just the wrong time, wrong moment. And it's got nothing to do with the talent or the drive or the passion. It's so much luck, guys. Yep.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up too the Cup of Spring a channel. It's actually is Latvian channel. Haha.
Yeah.
But they just passed 1,000 subscribers just last week, and they're not the newest video, but the video before that, all of a sudden and for no reason, got viral and has 340,000 views.
What?
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he just tweeted it out today. Yeah, it's a video of them going to their vacation spot. And yes, it's kind of like a bit about the nudist beach and things like that, but there's nothing, adult aged or nothing like that, inappropriate. But yeah, it's
Really?
just got viral. It has 340,000 views.
So I've been in his channel about 2 weeks or so, and that explains the big change since then.
Yeah,
wow.
and like his other videos are doing okay, but like average okay, like all of us, so to say, in the same numbers, nothing in thousands, and it's just blue, and he doesn't know why. So you never know. Just keep creating, keep doing, and you'll get it.
Oh, they're reviewing, playing on more RPM. By the way, great to see you again. Love your channel. Very cool guy. He just was on it today and seen it. He said, awesome for his channel. Definitely. I mean, and that's where it's going to show right now, because there's going to be, I mean, with all of us getting to know each other, there's going to be some of these videos going to take off, and it just shows you right now it's going to be at that moment where people are saying what he just said and what some others will say. They'll wish hateful crap on them and they'll bash it and all these things, but really, guys, that's the luck of the draw, and
it is.
It's not as big a number as his, but I'll give you an example. You guys have seen it by now. A lot of you is our wedding video. Well, that's on our own personal channel with one other video, I think.
Yeah.
That we forgot about for over 2 years and some. Never even looked at it. There's no tags. There's no high-res thumbnail. If you were to run it through TubeBuddy, it's going to get an X on almost everything. And that thing is over 27,000 views. It just went on its own. But it's got 3 main keywords in the title: Iceland Viking Wedding. So those ones just come up a lot in searches lately, and that's why I got it. And then we have ones that we've been marketing the hell of. I think the most we have is 13,000 on one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The wedding. The next one's 11,000, and then it's 1,600 or something.
Yeah. So he has 1,200 people, 14 videos uploaded, only. Okay, and his rest of him is like 133. There's a couple hundred views, and then this is 320. Like, and then as he said today on Twitter, I don't know why. So.
I'm going to have to get off here, yo. All haven't said anything for like 2 minutes now. I'll make it inside tonight before you all get off. I'll watch on my computer. It's too bored. Oh, okay, Reese's. Yeah, thank you so much. You take care of yourself, okay? And yeah, if you can make it in after, we'd love to have you. It's just good to hear from you. Junior's beer view, brew view. I'm sorry, I'm so tongue tied tonight. Junior's brew view. How you doing, my friend? Great to see you. Welcome. Always great to have you in for some support. Really appreciate it. And how are you doing tonight? And guys, there's another channel if you haven't connected with yet. Another great channel. Pretty much anybody in here, especially with a wrench, they're pretty golden. We do get the cream of the crop here. As you seen last night, we had somebody that started a bit with the sub for sub talk, and one warning, try once more, and just realized nobody gave them the time of day about it, and they moved on. If you keep your channel honest and you keep the right people into it, you don't even have to lay down a hammer and go on through all that craziness, because they just get tired of themselves and they go away.
Peace Rock, hello, hello, welcome.
How are you? Good to see you. What's going on? How are you tonight? I guess it's soon time to bring out our guests.
Yes,
so
definitely.
I'm going to get some links up here. Let's see. I gotta go into the magical world of Twitter. Tweeter. What was it calling it? No, it wasn't calling it. Who was it calling it? Tweeter.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Je ne sais pas. I do not.
Great evening. What are you going to watch? Are you going to watch the same what Flubbin Epic was watching Upgrade? I've heard some different reviews of that, but I'm not a fan really of that. Well, it's not like I don't like it, but I'm not really like a fan of those movies. So therefore I don't have really opinion.
The Chamly Fannel, we have sent you the link. The eagle has landed in Twitter. I repeat, the eagle has landed in Twitter. Code word for you.
Oh, did you see that? Junior's review said that their dad doesn't have cancer. Oh my God, it's
excellent.
Free.
Perfect.
Congratulations. That's
good for
amazing news.
Thank you for sharing that with us. I know we're not connected directly to your family, but hearing anything like that, couldn't be happier. So.
Yes, my God. Thank you so much for telling us to us. That's so amazing.
Good. That's wow. So often you don't hear that news. So something like that, that's amazing to hear. We're really happy for you. Really happy for you, happy for your dad, happy for your family. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this working?
We can hear you. We can't see you.
Oh, hang on 1 second.
Sounds like a radio voice.
He does. My God.
Oh, no way. Yeah, there was a blue light on my camera.
But maybe your camera's muted at the top of the screen. You'll see the mic and everything if there's a red box around your camera.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, there you go. Camera not working. Settings. Trust webcam. Camera problem. Oh, don't tell me. I've had a little blue light with a little picture of me in the corner, just checking myself out for the last 5-10 minutes, and now it's gone. Hang on. Oh, hello. The blue light's back.
There, we can see you now. Perfect.
How are you?
How you doing? This is weird as hell, but yeah, I'm cool.
Well, no, the plan. It was good to have you. That worked out well. It's so nice to see you, but I almost for a moment wish I hadn't clicked in right away because you have the perfect British radio. I wanted you to say this is BBC 4 for a second for me.
the face for radio. You're right.
No, not the face, but you got the voice for radio. I love it. What mic are you using?
I've had to use my kids' Xbox headphones because my normal headphones, my other kids, my twins have thrown them around like boomerangs, so they've kind of snapped into pieces.
Oh no!
So I tried to sellotape them together, fun enough, and it failed epically. So I was like, you know what? I will use these things and see how it goes. But my ears are sweating like a pig. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I can imagine that. But your voice, the mic is amazing. I would have never guessed. Like,
oh my God, yeah. I literally, I'm like, oh my God, that's radio voice.
Yeah.
Let me know if I need to turn it down or move it away from my mouth or something. I don't know how loud it is.
You sound you're good, man. You're golden. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been really hot last few days in here. It's like summer, proper summer, and I'm just absolutely sweltering. I've got a fan on me, but it's crazy in here. So we've had the kids at the farm all day, running around chasing sheep and goats, and absolutely whacked out. But yeah, I'm just hoping they don't wake up while all this is going on because they've been really, really shattered out. So they're proper ran ragged, and they're hopefully going to sleep soundly, which is good because even the wife's sleeping soundly. So I've got no one to tell me off.
Well, it's a pretty late night for you. Thank you so much for being so generous with your time.
Oh, no worry. I was worried about my internet connection, which might be a problem. Yeah, there we go. You've frozen on me, which wasn't us. Oh, hang on, you're back again. There you go. I was worried about my connection. It's prehistoric. It's really, really bad. So I don't know how much.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, now I can hear you fine. But I was worried that I'd be lagging about half an hour behind. Like you'd ask me a question and half an hour later I could answer you. But,
I think it's good so far. If it happens and it starts to freeze a lot, just try to switch off the camera and then come back again with the camera. You know, just have a voice. But for now, it's fine.
Awesome. I'll try not to be too boring. I'm just stuttering over my words because I keep drinking coffee and I feel like I'm having palpitations. I'm like, I'll just one more coffee. And I keep seeing if I'm having a stroke, and I'm putting my arm up in the air to see if I'm about to die. And I'm like, no, I'll have another coffee then. No, forget it. But yeah, I'll see how I do. Oh, there we go. You've gone again.
Ooh.
Oh, and you're back.
No, this is us now.
Yeah, it's us. It's
Oh.
not you.
Oh, right, okay. I'll never know.
I'm going to go check. Hang on. I'm going to be back in a second.
We're going to go and check the kids if they're not online. Because I think this is what's happening. Is they get off and then they're on each of their own devices. And then I have my computer. And yeah, so I think that's what's going on right now. Oopsie. Yeah. Sorry.
No, my kids are the same. Yep, so there we go.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, that's us. So sorry about that. I hope it.
It's cool. I'm so used to bad connections. This is just normal for me. Like.
Oh, yeah. This is lately starting to happen. I don't know why, but okay. So I'm going to start my question again. I hope I don't get cut out. So for those people in the chat who haven't seen your channel, I hope they have. But for those who haven't, can you tell us just a little bit about what is your channel about?
It's kind of just me trying to start from scratch with as if I was going back to chef school. Like that was kind of initially like the skills that I've got is from the kitchen. So I wanted to kind of take it back to literally peeling an onion and going all the way through of all the different levels of things you do in the kitchen, learning how to cook like basic food right up to something quite fancy. And I was thinking, well, maybe I could make a start on that. And my wife's quite handy with stuff with the kids, like with childcare background. So every time I was recording her doing stuff with the kids, it was just cute as hell. And I was thinking, well, even if I can't just make a video for YouTube, it's like this stuff is gold just to keep for me and my kids, like for the rest of my life. And it's wicked. So from that angle, like my wife and the kids and what she does with them is amazing. So I just like watch her and I get footage of her, and I could put together hundreds of videos of her and the kids, but it'd just be me, like sitting there watching them and just going, oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. But obviously I've got to be a bit sensible about it. But yeah, just cooking videos and my family and a bit of that really.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point too, that no matter what the reason is for each of the persons creating the videos, it is kind of creating the memory as well for them. And we didn't have it growing up, right? Some of us had pictures and even those. So like me growing up in Soviet times, we didn't have really so many like pictures, especially like color pictures only came out when I was like in very like a little child. But my parents' pictures are all black and white, although they were born in 50s. So it's completely different now. And now I think our kids, when they grow up, they're going to have so much footage of us that they're going to get tired of watching.
Collecting hard drives, they're going to be like, I'm not looking through that shit, no way.
But I think it's so neat though, because, it does, as much as there is a bad side of internet, it's a cool, great side of it, that there's so much to show. Like that's how we treat our Facebook page. Is it's more like a timeline for kids after, because we both share our account, so all the family stuff and things with both of us are on the same account.
Oh, that's fantastic! Yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah, so it's almost like a diary of the family, so to say.
Yeah, I kind of like doing that on Facebook, but when I look back at my own personal timeline, it's kind of shocking. So I'm just like, I don't know, I'm embarrassed by some of the things I've said over the last 10 years on Facebook, because I don't hold back, and I'm a bit of a troll, and I always have been, and I just post offensive stuff. So one day my kids are going to look back and I'm going to just have to delete loads of stuff or just put it all on private just for only me to do that.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the other part of it, that we never know what comes up, like, and we don't really know what is going to be bad in like 30 years. Something that is good now might not be appropriate 30 years later. So it's kind of like
I'm worried my kids aren't going to get the jokes either as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Especially our generation, because it's so topical now. Like if you miss it by a year, you have no idea what the person. 6 months, you don't know what you're talking
like,
about.
what was he talking about 30 years ago? Nobody gets it.
I told you Dad was lame.
Yeah, my child tells me that all the time. He's like 6 getting on 14. He's bad.
My oldest son is 20, and I get it. It's like a pastime for me now, watching stuff that he likes, just so he doesn't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel. You know where it's going to end up every time. Hey, son, that PewDiePie is pretty funny, and that he never watches it ever again.
And we do watch him sometime now.
We do, and it drives him crazy.
And none of the boys watch it anymore.
They don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, it's just so not cool if you get involved.
And he is funny. Like I used to drive me crazy. Like the oldest one a couple of years ago, he watched him. It's like, God, I just wanted to break the television when I'd see him. I'm like, how could you watch this garbage? But he's been changing, and now he's kind of adapting more into my type of humor. And I'm like, he's actually really funny. Like I get his humor. I find him hilarious. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to even talk about him now.
Yeah, I've caught my son watching some YouTube videos the last few days. And like I've just like from the corner of my ear, they're like highly inappropriate. I mean, at first glance, they're animations, but the humor behind them is quite adult.
Oh yeah,
I think it's ASDF movies or something like that. But really hilarious, like really really funny stuff. But like light years past what I would ever understand as a 6-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's
there watching it, pissing himself, laughing. I'm like, what's going on? It's amazing.
At the same time, tell him he can't watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it from the side of his view, otherwise he'll just not watch it no more. But maybe that's what I should do, because it is inappropriate hearing some stuff that he should not be hearing. But he doesn't understand what it is. That's the great thing. It's like to him, it's just like they're just words. It's just blah blah. But he's pissed himself laughing, and I'm like, well, okay, you wait.
That's like our youngest watching Family Guy. You know, she'll kind of step in on it now and then if we're watching it.
She's 7, by the way.
Yeah, she'll have a good laugh at it, but she's not getting the adult jokes. You can tell right away. She'll laugh because she sees us laughing, but she's laughing at Stewie, like going, you know.
Yeah, but it starts there already.
Yeah.
She starts asking questions like, why did Stewie wanted to kill Mommy?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's bad. Yeah. It's really bad.
It's brilliant. We'll click on it, start it up, the music plays through, and then it will be like 10 seconds. It's like, oh yeah, this one's no good. Try the next one. Oh yeah, I remember this one. No, she's not watching that.
Yeah, but really,
it always ends up to the Star Wars ones or something.
Road trips, which are also not too good. Really, it's not really good. But
there's always a story the other
day. Our daughter, she was I think 4 or 5 at the time. And she was, they have these games for kids. They play on a tablet, and there's like 101 games on one channel, and they jump through.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this ever happened, but she was playing, like letters and colors and stuff. I walk out of the kitchen, I come back. I kid you not, as God is my witness. Like she was playing a game, and the clock is going. You had to put together a 9mm Beretta. And she's doing good. She's dragging and dropping, clipping the bolt to the chamber. Like it's like, gee, God, what is she doing here? Holy shit! And I'm freaking, and she just sees it like another game to her.
Yeah,
it's
like a puzzle, really.
Yeah,
but for us, it's like, whoa.
How did this happen?
And I just had my back. Oh yeah.
So you've had a lot going on in your life and everything else and all that, and I mean. Life experience is everything, and if that's the case,
and emotional.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the wisdom behind you through all of it is nothing short of astonishing, and the person that's made you through it.
Yes, it's a daily thing. It's an hourly thing, really. It's become an hourly thing and a minutely thing sometimes. Like pain's funny. Like if your brain is distracted. I could sit and talk to you now and maybe not be in pain for hours if I kept talking. But if my brain stops moving in a certain place, I could start just having pain, and it makes you miserable and it makes you tired. And it's like going to the gym, and it's like, so you kind of like have to focus, and that's where poker used to be like a really big distraction for me. As my kids are growing older and needing much more attention, I can't play poker as much, so I've kind of had to put it on the back burner. And once they go off to nursery, then I'll be able to start playing tournaments and stuff again. But for now, I'm just keeping my brain distracted with YouTube and making these videos and drowning in editing and trying to find video clips and just stuff. And it's like notes coming out of my ears, and it's crazy. It's like I'm enjoying myself, and there's but it's like trying to balance that and balance my family and making sure that they're involved, and then making sure that I've got time for everything, because poker used to take away from my family. So for me, I want to make sure I don't lose time with my family. And yeah, this was perfect, really. And that's kind of why it was just the perfect thing for me to do. And whether it becomes anything or not, irrespective of that, I'm not really bothered. I'm really glad I've done it. I'm really glad I'm doing it. I've got so much more to do. My brain is a Pandora's box of madness in there, and like at some point it's going to come out and like dribs and drabs, and like there's so much stuff that's sort of in the pipeline, like half produced, like projects saved. And but you know, I know nothing about editing as well. That's the thing. I started this from day zero, knowing absolutely zero, and I hadn't read a book. I didn't work out how to make a YouTube channel. I was like, right, let me just do this, like winging it every day. And I'm just enjoying myself and like learning things, and like looking how to even fade 2 shots. I'm like, right, let me look how to do that on YouTube, and just learning stuff as I'm going along. And it's great. I'm having a lot of fun, and it's keeping my brain going. So if I'm not in pain and my brain's occupied, my children are happier, because I'm obviously a happier person, and they've got their daddy back, kind of thing. And I can sit down, I can play with the toys with them. Whereas if I'm in pain, I'm just sitting there miserable, and it's horrible, you know. So it's all in all a good thing, and keeps my wife off my back as well.
You are such an amazing person.
You are.
I just listening to you, that's all that's going through my head, is this way you've not only changed, like took a negative into a positive, but found a way to make it work. And you've actually almost become more involved in your family because of it. On top of it, it's just you got all your ducks in a row, for lack of a better term. It's really impressive.
I'm not normally a lucky person, and like from my poker life, I can tell you, like I am like a poker genius, but I'm like poker theory expert, but absolutely shit in practice. Like my poker career is absolutely tragic, and when I'm at the table, it just doesn't go as well as it should go for what I know. Like my knowledge is unbelievable, but my actual game, I mean, whether it's my pain or my children or whatever it is, it's like I've never got my A game on when it needs to be. I mean, there's times when it is absolutely superior, but then I've got kids running up behind me, pulling at my leg, going, "Daddy, come and play." So it's like, you've never got your full attention on it. And I need to be 100% distraction free if I'm ever going to be like a god of poker, which was the plan initially. And then the twins came along and kind of cock blocked the whole thing.
Oh my god! You know, you're so amazing. When I asked you to send about information about you, and you send your piece. And by the way,
I didn't think you was gonna stick that up, man.
Because usually I do edit it down to 3 lines, and I'm like, you know what? This guy's story is so amazing, and it's the very first. I mean, everybody has a great story. Don't get me wrong. But I read yours and I looked at it for a bit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not touching anything on this. This should be in the way it is. So it's the first one I've ever put in, like from the first person, and because I loved it, and I just didn't want to butcher it in any way, shape, or form. So
yeah, guys, check it in our description of this video. It's amazing. And I wanted to say, I while I was reading it, I was laughing and crying at the same time. Like it was.
I was, to be fair.
I read it probably 5 times that day when you sent it. I thought it's so amazing, but then I was laughing and crying at the same time. I couldn't believe it, the way you were writing it. Like, you should write books. I loved it, and just like you said about the twins come along. You know, try to see the both sides of it. I think it's so unreal.
It sounded like a prequel. That's exactly what it sounded like. You already are on your way to writing a book. There's your first. There's your prequel right there, and just go on from there and develop it. I think people would really love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, guys in the chat, go over to the description and check it out, because it can't be retold. It has to be read.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, who was it here said now I lost it? Somebody said they're also a fellow. I think it was Flub and Epic. Yes, he said nice. He's a fellow poker player as well. So
Dole Whip Dad as well.
Dole Whip Dad as well. That's right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So definitely check out his channel if you guys haven't connected already. And there you go. You got some poker buddies.
I've got a poker channel as well, like under just my normal name, but it's just poker material for learning purposes. Like there's a few bits and bobs on there, like for anyone who is into poker and that. There's some golden stuff in there if you're into game theory and like deep mathematics. Like it's quite boring, but if you're into poker, then that's a good place to start.
But it sounds like the strategies you've developed and learned through poker is kind of what kind of got you to where you are today and how you dealt with everything that happened. It's like you really were analyzing the hand that you like. I don't want to start using a bunch of puns and ruin the whole thing, but you really did start analyzing your hand in front of you and thinking, how is the best way to make this work?
I kind of had to, yeah, absolutely. And I think when this all first happened, I thought I was going to go back to work. I never thought I was going to ever stay off work. So that was kind of the shock for me. So initially, you never believe that there is a never. You know what I mean? I always thought, oh, next week I'll go back. Next week I'll go back, because obviously I didn't understand what was going on inside my body. We didn't realize a surgeon had accidentally cut me. So it was like a bit of a mystery for a long time, for a good couple of years. So there was just pain for a couple of years and accident, emergency, and a lot of that with not really knowing. But once I found out what was going on inside me, then I could sort of start taking a trajectory, which was like starting to learn poker at that point. And it was just, I don't know, giving me something to focus on every day. And I started from very scratch and sort of worked my way up, just learning bits and bobs and teaching myself, and then learning to teach other people as well. And yeah, so that's been quite cool. But yeah, it was all a part of the, I think, healing process, if you like, because I think you go through anger and acceptance and all that kind of stuff. But then you have to decide what you're going to do with yourself as well, because you're still alive at the end of the day and you're still here doing something. So you can't just give up.
Kids as well too. Like, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure as well to try and find a way to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that, I mean, obviously my wife plays a massive part in that. Without her holding me up at the times when it was necessary, I wouldn't have ever been able to do it. But yeah, seeing their little faces and having her to hold me up, I think we're a good team, because like if she's weak, then I'm strong, and vice versa, and like it works good, like when it needs to. And yeah, I don't know, she's gold. There's not many people like her, and I'm not even just saying that, but it's like she's one in a million, like, literally. And you don't meet too many people who have got it in them to stay with a man who's had that happen to them, you know. And it's a rare quality, I think. Anyway, she thinks that every woman would do it, and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure every woman would stay with a man that's had that sort of happen, kind of thing. And she disagrees, but I'm like, no, you're definitely one in a million.
I would never take away from what she's done, because you're right. She is somebody very special for that. But I also believe too that you're somebody very special as well, and that's what fuels it. It is, even in that part, is still a team, and that's what makes it work for you guys that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, she's wicked. It's a shame she's not awake, actually, because yeah, she's wicked.
Well, please definitely tell her like that we said hi and that, and maybe sometime we can have both of you on at another time, or that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll try and get her on the caffeine as well. Wake her up, because this time of night she's absolutely dead to the world. But
yeah, especially the kids and everything else and all that.
Yeah, twins, my God, it takes a lot of energy. Yeah, Flub and Epic was talking a little bit about his experience as well. He's kind of in the middle of getting rid of his C word, and really in a big way. So sending all the positive thoughts to you too. He's joined us last week, I think, and has come ever since.
Ever since, he's been here every night, and he's been amazing.
Yeah, he's so fun. Oh my God! But yeah, so definitely share your story. Definitely, for sure. Thank you so much.
And Dole Whip Dad wants to know what you play, like no limit hold'em, limit.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah, no limit hold'em. Yeah.
Oh, that's yours.
Yeah.
There you go, Dole.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn Omaha, and it's a minefield, so I've just kind of given up. It's like you multiply the mathematics of no limit hold'em by about 1 million, and then you don't even come close. It's just like a losing proposition. I'm like, I'm bad enough at no limit hold'em. I'm not going to learn another game. So yeah.
I love your brassness and honesty with the whole poker thing. I like how you say that. You know, you not which I mean is the strategy is the hardest part is to get to know the plays, and then just say like you know I have trouble like executing it. I don't know why, but like you say too, it's hard with kids. You almost need a vault when you're playing if you're playing from home, because any distraction is too much distraction.
Yeah, totally. Like when she goes out for the day, it's like I feel like Neo from the Matrix. Like I really do. I can have like 12 tables going, and I'll be crushing all of them, and I'm just devastating. I'm like, wow, look at me go, and I really do get a big head. And then she can walk through the door and start handing me some shopping, and then I'll lose on every single table. I'm like, wow, is that a coincidence? It can't be. It really can't be.
And it's true, like men in nature are like that. And I mean, that's something that every couple goes through. And Xenia and I will love her with all my heart. But like, that's a typical thing we'll discuss a lot. Like, I'll try to work on something and or we'll watch a TV show and she'll be, I wonder how that guy got in there. Or the news. And it's like, well, if we didn't talk right now,
we watched it.
We're watching at the same time, and I don't have a crystal ball, like you know. But women have this need, like, to be always like involved in that stuff.
I want to know your opinion, your thoughts about it.
But how can I have an opinion if I haven't heard it yet?
Because I don't care what the news anchor says. I care about what you think about it.
Well, I'd like to know what I'm talking about first before I give an opinion. Just a little hint. But
I can't. I do this, so I don't have to talk because I can't. It's just like.
This must go on in every front room in the whole of the world. They're like, please stop talking, and then I will know.
And I feel like I'm asking for the world when I say it. When I'm like, I don't know how else to do that.
But what do you think happens when there are women in the room and they're watching the movie? They still watch the movie.
They don't have a clue what they watch. They just make up parts and put it together and call it their own.
I don't know.
That's my opinion on it. But it's true. Like guys, we got to be in the zone for something, and I truly believe that. That's just the way we're wired for that.
Yeah,
it's got to be something, and we do put 150% into that moment. There's nothing else. You could have a car blow up 10 feet away from you. Probably wouldn't even hear it.
You're on it. Absolutely, yeah.
And women are amazing for that because they can do like talking and still like get a kid ready, get out, take a phone call and handle that and remember what's said. I couldn't.
Women are great poker players. They're awesome poker players because they can take note of like exploitative parts of the game and then also like game theoretical parts of the game. Like their brains work in an amazing way. They can do stuff that men's brains can't. Absolutely, 100%.
Definitely, for sure. 100%. I agree with you on that one. I couldn't dream of it. Like I see her do it sometimes. I'm like, how the hell did that just happen? It's almost like watching like a David Copperfield act. You know, like how did they get that to work? You know, like I'm mystified and shocked all at the same time. Because
juggling babies, changing nappies with one hand, and like making a cup of tea and all that. You're like, wow.
I would be lost. I would have the phone inside the diaper and. Probably my one hand stuck there as well, and I would forget that I was even answering a call. So no, hats off to them for multitasking.
Well, I think everybody has their own strengths on that. So
it's just wiring, I think, and I think it's still we have a lot more basic instincts into us than we care to admit, and I think it was just geared that way. You know. It's just evolution more than anything.
Because interesting though, like, yes, I kind of feel like we can more multitask, as you guys said, but at the same time, science have proved that actually brain can't multitask. It's a sequence of events that gets faster changed. It's not in action at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's impossible.
But I think you guys are just better off at pulling it off. No matter what it's called or how it works out, at least you have a better ratio of succeeding into it than we do.
Yeah, I think maternally, maybe you're just built that you have to be able to do that as a woman, like from the days of cavemen.
Exactly.
Like you'd plop out a baby and you'd have to be able to run from the lion, the tiger, and tuck your club in your back pocket and your baby in your other pocket and make a run out like.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a necessity than anything. Same as that's why I think guys channel more into one thing, because I think mostly our skill was in hunting in that area. So it was more channeled towards like focusing on the one act and putting everything into it.
And now our focus is on one-click shopping on Amazon.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Our skills are really doing us well now.
Well, when I make groceries, I always brought mammoths home.
Yeah.
Because it is, in a way.
Can I get that with one click?
Oh, you're pretty good for at the time of morning that you're on, my friend. You're going what? You're getting to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I'm wired, man. I'm absolutely wired. My legs are shaking from the amount of caffeine I had to have. I was like to my wife, I said, please get me more Red Bull. I had to have more caffeine. And she was like, I was like, it's that or drinking about 25 cups of coffee. And bless her, she went out to the shop for me and she got me a giant can. And I gulped it. And it was probably a mistake because then I was having palpitations walking around the house.
Oh,
That's so good. We don't want too many of those.
No, but then I finished and I was like, I need another coffee now. So I had to make another coffee. So I'm sitting there drinking more coffee and it's something.
Please, if you find it, like if you do find it too hard, like if something like that, please tell us. You know, no,
I'm good. I'm good. I smoke a lot of cigarettes and drink a lot of coffee. That's just kind of normal.
Okay, well, no, I don't feel that is a man after my own heart.
I know that's where you're going. Yeah.
I felt bad to light up a cigarette, but now I will. There, if I've seen you smoke.
Right ahead. There you go.
Oh, fantastic!
After everything you do and everything you've been through, my friend, you do what you want to do, and never worry what anybody else thinks. Nothing to feel bad over.
There was a question about the sites that you play on, because in the States it is illegal to play online now, so they're kind of waiting for that to pass. But still, there was a question: what sites do you play on, poker?
Party poker, really. I've been sponsored for about a year or something like that. So I was only really allowed to play on party poker. But I used to play on all of them, like PokerStars and 888 and a lot of them. I was only really winning on 888 poker, and also been playing professionally for a little bit and making a few pennies on there. Nothing major, but yeah, one day I'll take the reins up again and start playing properly. But at the moment, I'm just not really playing any poker at all.
But wow, like I don't know too much about poker, but even I know that you're a pretty big shot there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Like I'm like a tiny little fish. Tiny little fish.
Well, that's as you mentioned, and professional. I mean, you know, it's one thing to play it online, the other thing to be in a professional level.
Yes, there's a good stable of poker players, and they've kind of looked after me for about a year and a bit, and I've got a big operation coming up, so I've not been able to play for that reason, because I've got a lot of hospital appointments, and I'm obviously spending a lot of time with my family now as they're getting older. But once my kids are back in nursery and after I've had this operation, I'm pretty sure I will go back to the poker tables. But for now, it's like a poker sabbatical, if you like. Yeah, one day.
How did you got into poker? Like when you started it, how did you get it?
Well, I thought like most people in the world think it's just normal straight up gambling. So I was just gambling, sitting at the computer gambling and just throwing money away, and it was really to distract from my pain. But I had no idea what I was doing, and everyone was calling me a fish and a donkey and calling me lots of names, and I didn't really understand what any of it meant. And it took me a hell of a long time. I don't know how much money, but a vulgar amount of money. It took a long time before I realized that actually it is just gambling, but there is strategy to it somewhere. And I never thought to actually type in poker strategy. It just never even crossed my mind. And I typed in the 2 words, and I was amazed by what I found. I was like, wow, there is actually stuff behind this. There's maths behind it, and there's a whole world opened up to me. And when I want to know something, I'm like a truth seeker. If I see something, I don't believe it until I know everything. And I wanted to know everything there was to know about poker. And all of a sudden, it was like it took a different direction. It wasn't about making money anymore. It was just about me learning poker and learning everything about it. And I took it up like I was learning a new subject, and I started writing a lot of notes and watching a lot of videos and buying a lot of books and going to sleep listening to books. And I still do, really. Like, I study poker a lot, but it was like an obsession, just studying it more than playing it. And even up to the point when I became sponsored, I think I was more interested in studying it and getting good coaches and seeing what they had to say about the game and learning more and more and more, because the game's always evolving as well as players are evolving. And I'd make poker strategy videos if I could form sentences as good as my brain is. Like my brain can't, like my mouth can't kick out a sentence as my brain can sort of formulate it. I can't verbalize what my brain's saying half the time. So if I was to make a video with me talking, it would be a lot of me stuttering and falling over my words. And it's easy for me to write stuff. It's far easier for me to get stuff down if I just wrote it, but I can't really do a whole lecture of PowerPoints and stuff like that. And the time in my day, there's not enough time. There's barely enough time to eat, really, when you've got 2 kids, well, 3 kids, and 2 of them like running around just driving you absolutely nuts. But yeah, but one day I'll make poker videos. I'll make poker videos if the kids are at school or something like that, and I'll get around to making poker videos and I'll upload them to my poker channel. But that's like another side goal. Like when my health gets a little bit better, hopefully after my operation, I'll probably take about 6 months to a year to recover from that. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm going to play that by ear.
Yeah. So you enjoyed more, so to say, as it sounds to me, the learning part of the strategy, like the whole process of getting to understand the game and own it, so to say, than the actual game itself.
Yeah, no, 100%. I wasn't really interested in making lots of money from it because there was always time to do that. But it was just trying to become an expert at something it's not really beatable. I mean, now there's computer software that can form like an equilibrium in the game, like a Nash equilibrium, where if either player plays a certain strategy, nobody wins. It's like say game theory. If both players are playing that strategy and they keep playing it over and over and over again, like nobody's ever going to become up trumps. So there's just an equilibrium point, and everyone is studying that, and there's software that does it for you nowadays, whereas for the last 7 years I've been studying it manually and writing out pages and pages of equations, and now all of a sudden there's people inventing software that you can just put your cards in, put your enemy's cards in, put some statistics in, and it will pump out results for you. And like people are studying these numbers and crunching these numbers. Like the guys right at the top, they're crushing the poker world because they know this stuff inside out. So you can never really stop learning about it. It's always evolving. It's always getting harder to beat the guys who really know their stuff. And yeah, if you've got more time in your hands, then you can just really dive into it. But obviously babies can, like I say, completely cock block that.
Have you always been inquisitive into things that you get to learn like that? Has there been other things like cooking, for example? Have you had a similar approach to that as well when you started?
Yeah, I think so, actually. Yeah, I started buying a load of cookbooks. I was a bit obsessed with buying cookbooks. If I think back to the beginning of my career, when I was like 16, 17, I worked in the House of Commons, and I was an apprentice there. Yeah, and that's where I'd done my apprenticeship for 2 years. So while I was there, I just wanted to soak up as much as I could. So I just kept buying more and more cookbooks and more and more and more. And I've still got cookbooks everywhere. And I was obsessed. And I was like opening up the index or the contents and just looking at something and then just like skim reading. I taught myself to skim read when I was quite young. So like I read really fast. And I just wanted to just get through as much as I could. And I thought I was pretty damn good. I mean, I wasn't amazing, but I thought I was amazing at the time. And yeah, I kind of got better and better. And when this happened to me, I was at the top of my game and I thought that it was only going to get better. So I never dreamed that I'd have to start learning anything else. It was so, as for learning new knowledge, I just never thought I'd have to. I was like, right, I'm here. I've got nowhere else to go apart from like management stuff and like actually how to treat people, because I was a monster in the kitchen and I wasn't really a people person. Like you had to keep me locked away in the kitchen nice and safely.
Like Ramsay kind of.
Yeah, kind of a bit like that. Yeah. Maybe a bit worse, but yeah, it got stuff done, and it was just because I was passionate and I wanted everyone else to think how I thought, and you want everyone else to be as passionate as you, and you want everyone else to follow the same dream, and if it's only you doing it, you get really angry. So that's kind of where that comes from, I think. But it's logical.
How did you get into cooking at such a young age? Was your parents that taught you that, or how did you get into that?
Yeah, my dad, a bit of a wizard in the kitchen. He was from Guyana, so his cooking was a lot of garlic and using a lot of chilies, and it was very exotic. And he came over to England in 1955, so his kind of cooking was really exotic for people in England. So where we lived, everyone was always trying his food, and he would cook for like half the neighborhood, and people would come over and have big pots of curried goat and curried fish and all kinds of stuff that people had never eaten before. And it kind of just, it was a natural flow that I just wanted to learn how to cook. And eventually I was like showing him how to do stuff properly. I was like, listen, you're doing this really well, but actually this is the right way to do it. And he's yeah.
That didn't go through quite well, I assume.
He'd take it on board. He'd take it on board. He was pretty good like that after a while.
So you got your apprenticeship at 16, and then after that you worked in a restaurant, that's right?
I worked in a ton of restaurants, like loads. I was in contract catering for a long time, doing banqueting for a long time. I couldn't even name, there's so many places, like a lot of the major banks in central London, and like Royal Institute of Engineering, I think it was called, and Institute of Physics, and Royal Institute of Architecture, just really random places around London, like pretty much every big building in London, St. Paul's Cathedral, Buckingham Palace at one point, and like everywhere, like really, I've had a little stint.
Wow.
But I've never really settled down in anywhere. And then my last job, I was in the Law Society in Chancery Lane, and I was the head chef in there, and I was working with an executive chef called Paul, who was just amazing. He was like going for a Michelin star. He was fantastic. And yeah, so it would have taken a whole new direction had I still been cooking. But everything happens for a reason, and I am where I am now because of everything that's happened, and I'm still alive, so it's all gravy. Yeah, one day, that's kind of like me cooking and making these videos. It kind of helps because it's like I've not lost touch with the kitchen, whereas I thought I was never going to cook again. Whereas these videos, I can stand up for a little bit, I can record a little bit, I can do a little bit of cooking, I can help my wife in the kitchen because I can't often cook too much, but I can do little bits for her. And it means there's kind of like something we can all do together, and I can do a little bit and get involved and bash out a video at the same time. So
that's amazing that you that you can still put your passion into that cooking and through the videos as well, because you get to obviously it's not the same as in a restaurant, but you get to show people outside of your household what you're and how you're doing. So in a way, it is sharing.
My family get to see that. Like I've got family around the world, and like they all want to see pictures of my kids, and they all want like little recipes. Or if I make something, like even family like across London, they want to know how to make something really basic, and I'll be like, just watch one of my videos. Stop being so lazy, Just.
What is your favorite thing to make? Like, what is your top thing that to go?
Sushi. I think anything Japanese, really. I love Japanese food, and I love sushi and anything fresh, and yeah, Japanese is going to be my number one thing to make, really. It's not very exciting for most people because not everyone likes fish, do they?
Oh, I love fish. Yeah, more in a different way from Japanese. Obviously, I've come originally from Latvia, which is northeast Europe, and we eat fish like all the time.
Oh my
so
God.
Any kind of fish.
I grew up in eastern Quebec on a coastal town, and I thought we ate a decent amount of fish till I got over to Latvia. And then I realized, like herring for breakfast and stuff like that, and I was like, ugh.
That sounds amazing.
Well, crepes, with caviar or with herring in it and sour cream and some dill on it.
The first time we went to her mom's house, and I of course want to impress the lady, and she doesn't speak the language. On top of that, adds a nice other little element of thinking things are going to bomb. She takes out a can of herring, and she puts them out, and then she hands them to us, and I'm like almost like semi-green. So her mom goes in to get some bread, and when she does, I'm like, just give it to Xenia. So she's like, I never see her. I love her. I don't mean this to insult her, but the way she'd eat them was almost like a seagull. And I think when her mother came in, like the last piece was inside, you could see her face like, I can't take any more of these fish.
No, I love them. Fed me all of his plate, my God. But his father enjoys them too, so we just his mother doesn't as much. So when they get the smelt or something in a can or any kind of like fish like that, then me and his my father-in-law, would sit in the kitchen.
And my mother and I just sit and wait for it to be over.
Yeah. So definitely far cry from Japanese culture and Japanese food, but fish in general are very close.
And I love fish. Like, I'm not trying to say I don't like it. So, for the record, before I get nailed in the chat or something like that, I do like fish. Just not all of it. Okay.
Yeah, me and my 6-year-old will have picnics with sushi, whereas my wife look at us like we're just butchers. She absolutely hates it.
Mm. What does your kids like when you make?
Yeah.
They'll eat anything I make, really. Like, yeah, they're quite good. They're starting to get fussy lately. And they're getting their plates and they're throwing it a lot. Well, the two youngest are anyway. But he'll eat absolutely anything. I could make him absolutely anything, and anything unusual, and he's more excited to try it, which is quite cool. I like that. I didn't think he was going to be like that, and he's taken after me where he wouldn't anything at all on this earth. Well, yeah, good lad.
Well, I mean, it's good to get them off at their early stage. They will go through stages where they won't, but if you can get them early enough, I believe they'll come back to it, even if they do go through like a bit.
Yeah, we keep trying with the two youngest ones. Like they've been going off their food properly for a few months now, and like all the advice we're getting is just keep trying them with the same things, and slowly it's getting through. And the one that was really not eating very well, he's now eating fantastically, and the one who was eating really well, he's now sort of deciding to throw his food around a bit more. So it's like a battle every day, and which one's going to do what and sing what kind of song. Sometimes they want to sleep, sometimes they don't, and yeah, it is that little battle.
Quite a challenge, though. It's I always admire parents with twins because I don't know how you guys do that.
It's not just double the effort; it's like quadruple the effort.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't even begin to tell you. Just honestly, it's madness in this house sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to sit here and put my headphones on and put the music up really loud. It's mental. I think I know the theme tune to every episode of every child's program ever made on every channel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad. Peppa Pig and everything. I know the words to all of these episodes of Peppa Pig, and oh my god, it's bad. It's really bad. I don't know if you have Peppa Pig over there.
Oh
but...
yeah. Oh
yes,
yeah.
My God. Our daughter got into obviously Frozen. You know, like I wish they would come up with that sequel faster because that song is been played 2 million
I'm glad I don't have girls for that reason. That would have done me in.
And Andrew, here's a funny story. And she was, I think, just the year when it came out. Yeah, you were working.
I had a bucket.
Signs.
You know the bucket truck for fixing signs that goes up in the air. Those trucks that have like the lifting ladder. Yeah. So I'm up fixing a sign 30 feet in the air, and you think, you know what? Okay, that's a pretty manly job. You know, like he's fixing that. It's on, electricity running everywhere. And I'm fixing a sign, and the whole time I'm singing "Let It Go" to myself. Like this goes on for about 30 minutes. I don't even realize it's happening anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've hit a new pinnacle. Like because I had both boys before, and then my daughter come along. So yeah, I've got a whole new taste for stuff. And yeah, so but I didn't realize it. And I got the sign up on my shoulder, and I got like drilling underneath, and I'm like, let it go. Just over.
It's crazy.
Like programmed to me.
In Family Guy, he go guilty.
Yeah. And quotes all the Simpson episodes, like he can just voice them over because we watched it with his oldest son and then with our middle one. And
there was a time in my life when I liked the Simpsons. God. Now I despise them because I've heard them, and my kids have done the opposite to me. What we were talking about a while ago. This is where they and maybe absolutely hate them now from seeing it so often. And I haven't seen some episodes in literally 10 years, and it will come on. They'll be watching it, and I sit down on the couch, and the next 4 minutes, I'm just going like word for word as they're saying stuff. And
I can't even watch The Simpsons anymore. I can't do it.
No, I know. It's what, season 29 this year? That's
ridiculous. It's got across the board now.
Like, end it already, for the love of God and everything holy, you know? Like, you get the point. You beat everything there ever was to beat as far as records on television. And they've done it all 20 times. Like, I swear to God, if they reenact one more movie or one more book of Shakespeare's, that's it. I'm losing it on them.
Yeah, I'm well out of the loop. I have no idea what's going on in these things nowadays.
Oh,
South Park, Simpsons, all of it. I have no idea what's going on in real life.
that's how it goes.
That was how I got the news. I just watched South Park, and then I knew what was going on in the real world.
Exactly. That's how I roll. As talking about when the Frozen story I just told. He said, "Oh, I'd love to have that video of that, Andrew. Viral status guaranteed."
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, that would be a good one.
That's how to get your watch count.
So, where you live? That's where you grew up, as well.
Well, I'm in North London now because where I'm with my wife. When I met my wife, I moved to North London, and there's a big Greek community. And I was from West London originally, and I didn't know this part of London existed. Really, it was like the other end of the tube map, and like people from my part of London would never really venture that part of London if they didn't really need to. So I'd never heard of it in my life when I met her, and she was like, "I'm from this Palmer's Green." I'm like, "Where? Never heard of that in my life." And she'd never heard of where I was from, so I kind of moved up her way, and it's been it since. I've lived there ever since. But yeah, North London's like, I'm sort of like an alien still. I mean, I'm at home here now, but I'm still a West Londoner in North London. If that makes any sense. But yeah, I won't support their football teams, but yeah, I'm still...
Well, they talked about you in the Pet Shop Boys. It was West End Boys, wasn't it? In East End. But then
Oh yeah,
North End in the song. You see, you could get them to rewrite the song now and put North End Girls.
oh God.
I was feeling you out to see where you're on the music scene. That was kind of a trick question. I wanted to see what you're into. So we definitely know not Pet Shop Boy. We can cut them right out.
They was around when I was a kid. Yeah, they was around, and like my dad used to turn it over. It'd be like, "Oh my God, I can't even hear it." He couldn't even stomach listening to it. He was like, "Please turn this off." Like that, and I think it was Erasure was the other group.
Oh,
jeez.
yes.
He used to get them mixed up. He couldn't tell which one was which. He thought they were the same guy. He was like, "I don't like his song," and I was like, "That's not the same guy, Dad." It's like he was just such a bigot. So
Your dad and my dad had a lot in common. I kind of have the same story, so yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I grew up in a very rural area, but I was into heavy metal. Like I like the Brit wave of metal. Like I loved Iron Maiden and all those guys and stuff like that. And yeah, it wasn't my father's cup of tea. And he didn't even try to get them in the right order. He pretty much just butchered their names and their songs from the get-go.
Yeah. My dad couldn't take it. I listened to Pink Floyd. Like I love Pink Floyd. And yeah, my dad couldn't handle me listening to Pink Floyd. He was like, "You're just one of them weird kids. Why are you listening to Pink Floyd?" And then there was like a lot of metal in there as well growing up. Metallica, and it all starts there, and then we started listening to, was it Sepultura, I think it was, and Slayer. God, I can't remember the names of them all. There was a whole load, and then I kind of just I couldn't make up my mind why I couldn't be a metal kind of guy, because I loved every kind of music.
Yes.
And all my metal friends were really metal guys. Do you know what I mean? And they couldn't handle me listening to hip hop. They were like, "Nah, like you can't be listening to hip hop and listening to heavy metal. That's just not right. It's just something you just don't do." And it was just really alien to them. But then I had friends who were all going to like hip hop parties and to like underground raves and stuff, and we would like, you know, the whole music scene was diverging in London, sort of like 88, 89, 1990, and turning into like acid house, and it was taking a really new direction that was really, really exciting. So my metal friends sort of stayed doing their metal thing, and I went off and done a lot of dancing, and dancing in fields and going to warehouse raves, and that was where my music went. I went off with the fairies, to be fair, and that was different. But yeah, I still love like all music, but I kind of went really heavy into like dance music, and anything that I could run around and dance like a lunatic, and you know, I was a happy man.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So no, I was saying that obviously I had to get old and ruin it, but if I could do it, I would still do it. Like I'd go out in my wheelchair and I would go to a big rave right now. Like I have no qualms doing that at all.
I was like you for that mixed music, and I know like so many genres, and then they're the same in country music as they are in death metal music or in hip hop. They're so rooted in their music, they have blinders on, and they can't even begin to understand another music. So that's why I've always used to have this expression I had was I always love the music, but I really hate the fans. That was always
that's it. That's exactly it.
And I would go to a metal concert, or I go to a rock concert, or I go to like a hip hop event, or I go even to to a country event, and I'd just look around and think, oh my God, what a bunch of sheep. Like I'd love the band, but I'd almost have to like forget that there was an audience there because I was disgusted every time I looked around and seen what was there.
Yeah, like, am I supposed to dress like you guys now?
Yeah.
Somewhere else you go. So now, do I dress like you? Like, I don't get it.
And pretend that no other music exists in the world. Like there's nothing else but this genre, and nothing else can even be. Like I loved when Anthrax and Public Enemy joined together and did "Bring on the Noise."
Oh God, yeah.
That was like, okay, this is badass. Like this is something new. We're going here, and a lot of
that was kind of like the first time people had really seen that, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, it wasn't great rapping. When you listen to it now and you go back, it's like, God, this is awful. But it was the kind of the initiation of it, which was really cool. Yeah.
It's like, hey, you guys, you meet you guys, and you guys can meet you guys, and just shake hands across the table kind of thing. It was weird.
Well, yeah, it was. It was. Well, they were both with, what's his name there with the beard, the producer, Rick Rubin.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was kind of the beginning. And England was a very trend-setting place for music. I mean, that's where a lot of the newest sounds were coming out of. It was kind of the melting pot of all of Europe met in England and then kind of continued over to North America.
Totally.
And Montreal, where we're here, a lot of people didn't realize Montreal was kind of the filter for most European bands to go to the States. They would bring them into Montreal, and if they did really well, they'd go to Toronto, and if they did well there, then they would usually go into the U.S., because Canada's always kind of got one foot in each place, especially in Montreal, because of Quebec, it's more European. So a lot of bands like Pink Floyd was beyond epic here and stuff like that. Even all the French people go crazy over English bands.
Yeah, Pink Floyd's nuts. Yeah, it takes a special kind of person, I think, to listen to Pink Floyd, though. It's like,
people appreciate Pink Floyd. A lot of people listen to Another Brick in the Damn Wall, but God Almighty, there's so much more of a repertoire out there. That's not saying it's horrible, but God, I don't know how many times come up to me, and every time you say you like Pink Floyd, I know what's coming next,
Yeah, absolutely.
To me, Mother will be one of the greatest guitar solos of all time.
Oh, awesome. Just awesome.
The feeling in that song, the guitar solo just blows me away. It's
like so emotional. Like so much of their music is emotional. It's like it can just pull on stuff that you didn't know existed. Sometimes you're like, wow.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. Oh, you nailed it right there. I love when I can tell you really appreciate them because you just nailed it by saying it that way. The bends in the song, that that's just unbelievable. Like no heavy effects, no bunch of trills, no finger tapping wide open. It's just pure emotion into it.
I said to my missus, when I die, I've got to play "Wish You Were Here" at my funeral, just as a bit of a twisted joke. Do you know what I mean? She's like, "Do you think everyone will get it?" I'm like, "I don't know."
That's what makes it such a good prank. I worked at a music company for a long time. I actually worked with Jim Marshall, the creator of Marshall amps.
Oh, wow.
We were Marshall Canada. I worked for a big music company, and we did Marshall, we did Pearl drums, Korg. So once across the 49th parallel, it was our big company, and I did all the product placement for like TV shows like Degrassi and all that. And awesome. I met Jim Marshall a couple of times. I tell people here it's because he smokes cigars and single malt scotch, and most of the people I work with hated cigarette smokers' cigars. So they didn't want to sit with him all afternoon while he told stories. And I'm like, well, here's your man.
You know it.
And he told me the same story sometimes 40 times, but I didn't care. And when you're talking about how Jimi Hendrix walks in and tells you he needs a certain kind of an amp and it's not built yet, I'll listen to that story any day of the week.
Yeah, I won't be going home either.
He was a gentleman too. He was that guy could sign even at 80-some years old. I watched him in an hour and a half sign over 300 autographs.
That's amazing.
It's a machine. Incredible. We had a little inside joke at their place. If you had an amp that wasn't signed by Jim Marshall, it was probably worth more money just because it was rare. Because I seen him go into our warehouse, open up boxes, and sign like 35 Marshall stacks and just put them right back in the box so people would get them and not even know they were signed until they were pulled out.
Oh, that's great. That's wicked.
Well, he was proud. I mean, he had a hard life. He was ill at 5. He had that disease, I forget the name of it, where your bones kind of turn to chalk. You know, like they're very, very brittle. He was in a hospital for a good 5 years, like in and out of care. And when he got out, of course, the old British school system, when you got out, he was 11. You were put in with grade 11 kids, and he had no education to be able to keep himself going. So he left, and he started doing a milk run. And with the milk run, he bought a set of drums, and then he started playing nightclubs at like, I forget, teens, and used that money to start a music store. And then that's how it all began. He was never even a guitar guy. He was a drummer.
It's mad, isn't it? It just shows you adversity just changes your direction sometimes.
It does, you know, back to what you were saying a while ago, you know, none of us, even though you've had such like a sharp life altering experience, it's not to take away from it. I mean, it's that we all have got these things in life, that especially once we become married and children and all these things, there's so many things that takes us so far away. When I did that, I had to leave that company. I ended up going back to something I hadn't done 11 years, was driving truck, hauling oil in the middle of Saskatchewan in the oil fields. I'd never been there in my life. It was like Mars. And I'm like, how the hell did this ever happen? You know, a year ago I was flying on planes and sitting down drinking scotch with Jim Marshall, and now I'm slugging crude oil all over the flattest part of Canada. Xenia and I, we met on a video game by complete chance years ago called Second Life.
That's wicked.
Yeah, she was in Latvia and I was in Canada. We got dropped in the same place. We hated the game but stayed friends, and that's where it all began. So I hear people talking, younger ones getting married and starting off a family, and we got this planned out, and and this too. Throw your plans out the window. It's good. You got to have some look at, but be ready for anything that can happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and you're a living testament to it. And I mean, anybody who feels right there in their life at this moment that, you know, they've had a barrier thrown in front of them, I hope they go and watch a couple of your channels, a couple of your videos on your channel, and see how somebody does take the bull by the horns and make a true success story out of it, because that's certainly what you have done.
I don't know. I feel it all feels very basic. It just feels like it's me trying to put my brain onto a video, like whether that's like coming from like the kitchen point of view, or even just getting the snippets of what my wife's done. But like I say, I don't know anything about video editing, so it's like learning as I'm going along and sticking stuff together and like plodding along. And like you say, winging it, and I'm hoping that I'll get better as I'm learning more and watching other channels and seeing how they're doing stuff. And I can only try. The same as when I tried to get better at poker, I'm going to try and get better at this, and hopefully along the way I'll make it, or not.
I see it in your work already. What are you using to edit, by the way?
Vegas Pro.
Okay, that's a good program. Lots of people use it, and you feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm getting a handle to it. I'm sure there's loads I don't know about it yet. Like I feel like I know the very, very basics, and I've just been playing with it and learning as I'm going along. And there's things I didn't even know existed, and then I'm like, oh, what does that do? And I'll fiddle with it and see what it does. And yeah, kind of just working with it like that. It's like playing with some new toys, and I really enjoy myself when I get down to it. So,
I love your attitude about it. That's the way to do it, and it's the same as anything else. If you're into I don't know, tying fly fishing flies, or if you're into knitting, or if you're into sculpturing, there's only one way to do it, is just to get in and start doing stuff. Try making it work. We brought that up last night. We were talking about the TV show Dragon Den, or Shark Tank as they call it in the States, about these successful people. I think you guys have the British version too, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just bringing the Canadian ones for an example. All these guys are very successful. And if you listen to them talk, they mostly discuss their failures, not their triumphs, because they learn from their failures. That's what made them successful, is owning it and saying, okay, I failed here, but now I know where I got to go next time.
That is the ultimate poker player mentality as well. You have to learn from every single mistake, and you like to really become an amazing poker player. You have to go through every single hand that you play, and then look at other people's hands, and then look at like silly statistics that you wouldn't think to look at, and just like really dig deep into your mistakes. Like, I mean, yeah, you have to look at stuff you've played quite well, but your mistakes is the big one. And like every time you make a mistake, you've learned something, like every single time. So it's always an opportunity. So I never look at a mistake as a bad thing. So I look at some of my old videos and I go, oh my God, that was shocking. But at least I know I'm not going to do that again.
Of course.
And, like, I'll hope not make that mistake.
Unless you put up something so like, and it's usually never like an edit thing, unless you said something. And I mean, somebody's done that before, and then they go back and say, well, I can't have that up here. You know, I don't want nobody to think I think that way, or I've changed my view. That's about the only time I give somebody a pass on like deleting their old stuff. Otherwise, leave it up. There's nothing greater than going onto the big channels. One of the first things I do when I find a channel I really like, the big guys, is like putting sort by oldest and going back and seeing where it all began.
Yeah, I find it quite interesting as well. I've done that a few times. It's the ones that leave up their old videos, like I've got a lot of respect for that, because it just shows you how you've developed and how they've grown. And I've seen a few people grow, and you're like, wow, that's really good, like impressive. And hopefully one day I can pull that off, and I would love to look back and laugh at some of my old videos. It'd be great.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. One channel we watch a lot, the Canadian tech one, it's called Linus Tech Tips. He just hit 6 million yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. And this guy started off with a computer company in Canada, and they made 3 videos, and it cost them a ton of money. So they said, listen, how about we call it after his name, which happened to be Linus? Let's call it Linus Tech Tips. That way it can look like your own crappy channel, so we don't look bad and we don't have to spend so much money on it. And he homed it and built it up some, and then when he left the company, he bought the rights to it. And now 3 years later, he has over almost 25 people working for him. They had to get 2 warehouses in BC. And they're actually starting their own platform now, hosting other channels at a pay-per-use service.
Wow, that's proper cool.
And he couldn't keep a few of the videos because they belonged to the old tech channel. But he kept all of his right from day one that he did since he started. And he refers to them all the time. It's like a legacy, you know, of where it's been built from.
No, that's fantastic, yeah.
I agree with you when you said that. I have respect for people who don't try to act perfect and don't go and wipe away their history.
Yeah, there's been videos that I've put up and I've noticed something silly where I didn't outline a subtitle, and I've really so badly wanted to just stop the upload process and just scrap it and then go back and then do it. And I'm like, do you know what? It's one subtitle. It's something that it's not a biggie if I don't change it. And it's stuff like that though. But from where I used to be a chef, when you're putting out a dish in the kitchen, it had to be perfect. And there wasn't really room for mistakes.
Right.
So when I see something like that, to me, that's like sauce dribbling on the edge of the plate and someone not wiping it. And it's like, it gives me like an OCD complex. So I'm like, oh my God, please, somebody wipe that sauce off the edge of the plate. And it's just, I look at some of the stuff and I'm like, wow, I can't fix it now. I can't. It's done. Yeah. There's things that annoy me, but yeah, I just have to leave it, and I will. But yeah,
I'm really bad at that, especially on my cinematic stuff that I do. And Xenia and I kind of police each other because we'll be getting too far into something, and it'll be like, okay, hon,
step away from the keyboard.
Step away from it. You're losing perspective. And I'll be like, okay, but you see this turn, this one should be like, nope. yeah, but you got to look inside. She's like, Andrew, who's going to pause it and do it one frame at a time for those two, you know, half a second between. I'm like, yes, but I'm like you. You said it so well when you said like that drip of gravy, like on the side of the plate or the sauce. That's what it is to me. And when I watch, it's like, right in my face, you know.
Absolutely, yeah, so much.
But I'm trying to get better at it. Well, I haven't done much cinematics lately. The live streams have kicked in so much. Because we met you pretty much, I guess, around the February or so when we started pushing, or around that time, February, March.
Yeah, that's how I met you. Was watching your cinematics. It was amazing, and I don't think I've seen much since. I've just seen live streams.
Yeah,
the live streams, which is great. It's really, really cool. But I'm looking forward to seeing you doing some other stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
I think this summer, because then the live streams will kind of balance out a bit more. Like we got to go back to where I grew up in Gaspé, and it'll be like, you know, a little more maybe off and on for a couple of weeks. So I think that's my time where I'm really going to be able to sit down and start getting back into it, because the live streams do take a lot, especially with guests, because we have cancellations sometimes and booking, and then but they've been good for like, especially for like everybody, but it also was for watch time. It started building up and it was really helping, because my videos I lost a lot of watch time because I'm gone through that 365-day cycle.
Yeah.
And we went from, I think, last 90 days, hon?
Yeah.
We got 198,000 minutes of watch time.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And most of it was in the last like 60 days, you know, or something like that. So
I can't even imagine. I know live streams are great, and I can't even imagine what it takes to sit here and organize yourself to do that, like day in, day out, and night after night. Like,
but it couldn't do it just for the watch time. It has to, like, I had one goal in mind if we're going to do this, because we weren't planning to. We didn't want to be in front of a camera. It was never our want. Then we did it for 1,000 sub. We did it, and then it kind of took off. And we said, well, it is helping a lot. It is good for watch time, but if we're going to do it, we got to have something with substance.
and now you're having fun and you're meeting people, and
yeah.
Oh yes, definitely.
All in all, it's a great thing. Like,
and like the chat does well. Like you see, everybody has a blue wrench because we have a theory that everybody here is equals. That's been here at least once, you know. And this way, everybody polices themselves. We have a no. They laugh at my term sometimes. I call it no gang colors. So like when we're in here, we don't discuss like any of the other subgroups or nothing. That way, everybody feels like they have a part in being here, and that's kind of kept everybody more like at ease and friendly. There's channels that do that better than us, so we don't want to compete with it. And that way, it's let everybody kind of put their feet up, come from this group, that group, and everything, and all kind of sit together, you know, for 2 hours. And I'm proud of that. You know, it's built a nice, supportive, positive base, and everybody gets to meet somebody every night for about 2 hours, and plus they get to talk with each other and that. So
there was a question about, and I don't think you do, but maybe you do, and I just don't know. Do you have any video on how to make sushi?
no, I don't think so. I think it's so basic. I don't think. Maybe one day I'll do some fancy stuff, but it's like the Japanese do it so much better. I don't think there's anything I could do. They like do food carving and stuff, whereas if I was going to do it, I'd want to really show off, and I just don't think I'm expert enough. I'm a great chef, but I'm not a great Japanese chef. Like I can make sushi amazingly, but I can't do it how someone. If I was going to show it off, I'd like to be a complete expert. You know what I mean? I can make most Japanese dishes and sushi and stuff, but I wouldn't want to. I don't know. For me, it's very basic. Like, it's very simple and basic stuff, and it's not exciting. I don't know. It's not as exciting to show off to someone unless I can show off like intricate carvings of a rose, which just blow me away when I see the stuff that these Japanese chefs do. It makes me look silly. So I wouldn't ever want to put out a video of sushi, I think, because I think it's the one thing that would make me look like an absolute tool. It's because there's much better people out there.
You see, like Sabin Epic, he said that he would trust your explanation of how to do it. They are from Arkansas, and for them, basic is deep frying. So sushi, see, it's just.
I mean, maybe I'll do some basic, like rolling, like nori rolls and nigiri, like just the fish that's on top of the rice, and show how to make the dressings and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be a very quick video because some of these things, like I say, is like it could be like 30 seconds long, like bang, 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 and at some point I will get around to it. But I've got so much pipeline, that's like I'm drowning in videos at the moment, and I can't really get ahead of myself. And I'm trying, and at some point there's going to be a barrage of videos coming out all at once, and yeah, then I'll be happy. But it's just a lot of work, and when my health takes a bad turn, and because like my life runs in like 3-month cycles, I have an infusion every 3 months, which kind of helps with my pain for a little while, but it doesn't last the full 3 months. It lasts like 4 to 6 weeks. So then as the pain sort of comes back again, I can do less and
can you guys hear us?
Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, we're on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So.
It's frozen for us.
Yeah.
Our guest is frozen.
Okay. So, I wonder if maybe I should boot him and then he joins back in. I'm not sure. So he's gone. So he'll probably be right back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I want to ask him what he's doing for his pain management.
Philip, I see you mentioning a while ago about the Jim Marshall comments. I thought you had been here for some of them before. I didn't want to bore you guys with that stuff either too much. So figured you guys had heard most of it already. I think well, here. Where are we?
Oh,
there he
we
is.
are back.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you for joining.
I wasn't sure what happened there. I wasn't sure if it was me, if it was you. I mean, my internet, I'm surprised it's lasted this long, to be fair. But yeah.
Yay. You were talking about your infusions and how it doesn't last as long as it's supposed to. May I ask, what do you have for it?
It's a lidocaine infusion.
Okay.
So it kind of just settles the nerves. It's kind of like I suppose the legal version of cocaine, I suppose. They just put it into my veins. I lie in a little bed for a few hours. The actual experience is pretty nice. Like, I quite enjoy lying there and getting high for a couple of hours. And you come out and your pain spikes for about a week. And then you can do stuff that you couldn't do like a week before, and it's quite amazing. It's like an incredible thing, but it's just not enough, because on top of that I still have to take a lot of meds, and when it starts running out, then I have to increase the dose of those meds. And the problem with that is then I'll turn into an absolute dodo, and I'm already a dodo because of the meds. But then as you increase things like, say, morphine, it's like it's a physical thing, and not just, it really takes a hold of you, where you're like, right, you're sort of bedridden for a couple of days. Because I'll say take 1 teaspoon of morphine will do me in for 2 days, and then I can't be there for my kids, I can't be there for my wife, and it's just pretty horrible. So I try to just soldier it out, and then my next lidocaine comes and everything's gravy again. So I kind of keep going through this little roller coaster. So as there's more morphine in my body, I'm doing less and less. But I'm getting a spinal cord stimulator put in, hopefully in the summer, and that will possibly give me a 50% reduction in pain. And if that works, then yeah, I'll be able to walk my kid to school, and I'll be well chuffed. And that's kind of my first goal, is to be able to walk my kid to his school, which is just literally about a minute down the road. And if I can walk him to his school, then the operation will have been worth it, and it would be worth taking the risk, because I'll have 6 months where I'm going to be proper bedridden. So it's like quite a lot of recovery time.
Right.
So all that to deal with. But yeah, hopefully come the end of this year, things could be considerably different. I'm hoping anyway, because it's been, like I say, it's been a bit mad.
Wow. I'm quite familiar with lidocaine as well. I just wonder why they're not letting you do it every month, so you don't have to take as much morphine.
I tried to get them to do it. The most they said they'd do is every 2.5 months. Like, if they was allowed to. I think it's because it's a strain on your heart or something. It's supposed to be quite dangerous.
Yeah.
But the most they said they'll do is every 3 months. And I think one time they accidentally done it, because they messed up my appointments, and they accidentally done it like 2 months and then 2 months. And it was amazing. I had a great time. So if they even done it every 2 months, it would be that much better. But they're saying they won't do it, and they only done it that one time as a paper, like, cock up. But hopefully this year, then I won't be on no more meds and no more lidocaine, because I have to go to hospital for this little trial. They stick this like battery pack inside me, and I'm going to have like a high frequency stimulator attached to the bottom of my spine, and I'll be able to press a little button and zap myself when I'm in pain, which hopefully, like, from everything I've read about it, and we've been on forums checking it out, it seems like one of the best technologies available to kind of help with this kind of stuff.
It's like Tena, but like directly in your body, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So a bit scary, but exciting as well. Like, my first appointment's next week, so yeah, I'm a bit excited.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. The neuropathic pain and chronic pain in general is so little studied that they don't really understand the whole things of why and how and where and how can you take it off, so to say. So oftentimes I think people feel like rabbits in the lab going all the different
Well, you were on
treatments.
lidocaine for
Yeah,
a
I
while.
was on lidocaine.
Yeah, she was getting injections of it for a while.
That's why I asked you, because I had them every month.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then they did warn me that it might have heart side effects, so to say, but I had them every 4 weeks for I don't know, for a a bit less than a year. Yeah. And then they took me off because it started not to help, and I was on the way to have a trial, which I'm pending now for a CBD oil trial.
Oh, wicked.
So they wanted to take me off beforehand and not have anything, in the meantime. But now the shipment is late, and for 3 months I'm not on anything. So that's quite interesting.
Oh, wow.
But as a next option, if there wouldn't be that CBD trial, they told me to try ketamine, which apparently is even better than lidocaine and would be.
That's what other people in the hospital get, actually. The little old ladies who have got really bad nerve pain for years and years, they're all on ketamine.
Yeah. So I haven't tried it yet. If this trial doesn't go through, that's what is going to be my next step. But apparently it's even better, works than lidocaine. And I get you. It is that first week is awful. It's like almost worse than without it. But then the trade-off of having that 2-3 week window.
A bit of your life back, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's why I wondered why they don't give you it more often, and instead you have to take morphine,
Well, it's not that I have. Well, I say I have to. I mean, I kind of do have to when the pain's bad. But technically, it's like I'm only really allowed it 4 times a day as well. Mm-hmm. So, and things, my pain doesn't just. It's not just like I have a bad pain day. I could have a bad pain minute or second, and it's kind of, you don't get like 4 attacks of pain a day, and I can't just limit it. It's like I could be in pain 25 times a day, 100 times, 200 times, and the numbers are ridiculous. So I have to choose my 4 worst attacks of pain if I was going to have it 4 times a day, and I don't ever. Like, I think this month, or the month just gone, I think I've had a teaspoon because I don't want to take it. Like, I really hate the stuff. It's like absolutely, it messes with me. So I stick to the tablets that I'm on, which are messy enough anyway. Pregabalin, like, they're really strong, but it's like the only thing that help me sleep. But
yes, my God, yes, that too.
Oh, they're scary pills as well, because I go to sleep and I'm hallucinating before I fall asleep, and it's like everything's going around the room and there's like big blue butterflies, and I'm like, wow, what's going on in here? And then I'm gone and I'm like out cold, and then I wake up and it starts all over again. It's like, wow, here we go. But hopefully.
So true. I stopped that and any kind of sleeping pills because I just couldn't take the side effects. So just stop that altogether. But it is hard without it, for sure.
We got some people here in the chat. That's how I roll. I'm very interested in seeing how you do with the spinal stimulation. It's an internal unit, correct? I guess.
Yeah.
Flubbing Epic. I couldn't remember the name when he was on for nerve damage. That's how I roll, of course, too. Is your pain in certain areas or all over? He was asking.
It's kind of mainly like my pelvic area and my right leg, and it's like limited to, like, I'll say limited. It's mainly my right side, but just because of the way nerves operate, sometimes I get like a mirror pain, which is identical to the pain on my right side, and will just randomly pop up on my left. So my left side's much stronger than my right side. On my right side, if I put too much weight on my right leg, it's like the way it kind of works is the more I move, the more the nerve in my groin fires. Like the cut was in my groin, it was testicular cancer, so the cut was in my groin where they cut me. So the pain's kind of localized there, but obviously travels around my back and my leg and stuff like that.
And that's how I roll. I was telling Xenia, I use the oils in a vape. It's the best pain control. I've found you don't get the peaks and valleys.
Well, that's what I was eventually going for, but they're very expensive here, although it's going to be now, like the recreational is going to be illegal too. So I hope that with that, it's going to lower the price for the medical as well. This one is in a pill format, apparently, and I haven't tried any of that to begin with, so I don't know. But apparently the results are good, and it's a trial now, so we'll see.
Oh, well, best of luck with that, yeah, because I think people have had good luck with CBD.
Yeah, thank you.
Flub and Epic and Miss Kathy both were on
Gabapentin. I was
Gabapentin.
on it as well, and sodium as well.
Very similar to what I'm taking, actually. It's the same sort of family.
Yeah, and I got off it as well, as Flavinepic said. It just can't function.
Yeah, because you said here, Kathy, it was my worst nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had it for a little bit, and I just noticed it was way too bad, so I didn't continue on because my doctor, in a way, is good. He said, it doesn't work, just take it off. There's no point of taking it for months.
My doctors were really happy for me to take it. They were like, "Oh no, just take this. It's not addictive," and that's what I don't believe. They said it's not addictive, and if I forget to take one pill, I feel like absolute dog shit the next day. It's unbelievable. So I can't forget to take it. It's like I have to take it now, and it feels like if I don't take it, it's not just a pain thing. It's me feeling like a human being the next day. It's like I wake up and it's like real hyper anxiety. You're just shaking and you just don't feel yourself at all. So I have to take it to sleep and all the other stupid side effects. But yeah,
it's not addictive.
Yeah, no, it's not addictive. Same as they told me that my family doctor first said, well, no, you take 10 pills a day in the morning, but none of that is bad for your kidney. It's all good.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
It's very good for my kidney.
I know it bothers her because I've seen her suffer the last 3 months as she's gone through waiting for the CBD oil trial, because then they put everything else on hold. But to tell you the truth, I was almost a little relieved, as much as I know it was painful for her, just to see her kidneys and everything get a rest.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a trade-off.
Watching her for the last 2.5 years, just everything being flung at her,
bombarded, yeah.
Yeah, it's a trade-off, though. I mean, yes, it's good in a way. It gets a little filtering through, but
it's hard to watch because
summer.
We're 10 years apart, and I mean, I've never thought of Xenia ever getting sick. It's me. I'm 10 years older. I would get sick.
Andrew's your age, and I'm 10 years younger.
Yeah, she's my retirement plan. I always call her. That's
I don't know anymore.
Don't say that.
No. I feel. Oh God, don't say that. But she's still got a better memory than me. That's first and foremost. So that helps with everything around here. But no, it was never thought of. And that's. Her mom passed away early. She was only 55. She passed away in 2013. And then she started getting really stomach kind of, it was nothing to do with muscles. It kept in your stomach.
Yeah, and apparently that's how it starts now when I read it. But back then they didn't know anything about it. I have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, which is kind of like both sides of it, because either you are in pain or you are extra fatigued, right?
Yeah. I'm in a few fibromyalgia groups on Facebook, actually, just because of the pain element and talking to people in some of the groups.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like ketamine and all those drugs. I mean, that a lot of those are used in treatments, like they were talking at the beginning. Like, a lot of it's used in like end of life treatment. So it just shows you how great the pain is.
Well, they first thought that it was the early onset MS, sent me to the neurologist. And that was quite a stressful couple months.
Because she went down, like they had already diagnosed the fibromyalgia, but usually you go down and plateau, but she didn't plateau. She kept going down, and that's when the bells were going off. And then they thought it was MS, and I've had MS on my mother's side of the family. And finally they diagnosed it wasn't that, but it was chronic fatigue syndrome. So it's almost kind of created like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
One working against the other.
That's why when I watch your channel, and then Kathy, or that's how I roll, and Flavinepic joined and talking more about his story as well. It's so much helps me in a way too, to do things and adjust to the things, so to say, get inspired by you guys' stories and channels.
Yeah, I feel like that. I watch a lot of channels and I see some great content out there, and there's not enough time in my day to watch as much as I'd like to watch. There really isn't, because I think I'm like minus 15 hours a day in what I need to do, really, if I wanted to do it.
With the twins especially, my God.
No, absolutely. But I have a watch list, and then every Sunday I try to get through my watch list and watch as many videos as I can. And I'm finding some amazing people, and their stories just blow me away. And it kind of, like you can draw strength from just so many people, because everyone has got their own battle. Like no one's battle is like harder or more traumatic than anyone else's battle, And you've all got your battles to fight, and it's just how you deal with each battle, isn't it? One day at a time.
That's all right. It's not a competition, as I always laugh here, but it's true. You know, it's not who had what. But it's the inspiration of no matter what the reason of the life behind is. And often also, like I just finished the chronic pain workshop at the pain center here, and there were different kinds of, not just what I have, but people with different kind of reasons, but they all have had pain. You know, and it's interesting that we can inspire each other no matter what is behind us, but also you not always can tell that there is something behind. You know, maybe person you see on the street has, you know, huge suffering, but you don't know, right? Because it's not readable right away in their eyes. You know, like it's I think it also teaches more compassion to
Yeah, that's a massive thing. I think that's massive. What you said right there. It's like invisible illnesses. Anyone who has something wrong with them you can't see. It's like when it's you, and all of a sudden you're looking at whole people in a totally different dimension. Because I used to see little old ladies walking around sometimes, and like I'd hear people growing up saying, "Oh, my Aunt Bessie, she's got neuralgia," and the word nerve pain, it doesn't even sound brutal enough for what it actually is. So you'd hear Aunt Bessie's got nerve pain, and you think, oh, she's just got a bad hip, and you don't conjure up an image of something that's really as brutal as it is. And then I think actually suffering with any kind of pain, whether it's long term, short term, or especially nerve pain, I find it teaches you so much empathy, which you probably never had in such sort of masses before. I mean, I thought I was empathetic until this has happened to me. I'm like, wow, now I see things happening around me, and it's just made me a softer person. Like, especially coming out of the kitchens as I did, like I'm a completely different person to who I was, like the absolute polar opposite. And it's crazy, from someone like really quite aggressive to someone who couldn't be more of a flower now. Like I'm just a pansy. I sit back and I relax, and I'm just very peaceful, and I like it like that. But yeah, crazy.
That's so true. And I think the pace of life slows down in a way too, because so many things don't matter anymore. Like little things, like
the little things are the big things, aren't they?
Yeah.
We have Reese's here, and he was saying that his parents take the same medication you guys were talking about a while ago, and he says it doesn't happen to them what we're talking about.
Well, of course. I mean, each medication has a different effect to each person, and I mean, it's great if it helps for them, whatever they have. It's
exactly.
Good. But yeah, it has been known side effects to them, and lots of people are got off that. I can't even pronounce that pill, but yeah.
Miss Kathy had to switch accounts so she could get the name of the pill because she had vlogged about it. So I'm glad you got to find it, and I'm glad you found some other people who used it as well, Kathy. Teeth Throg, it is his chronic neuropathic pain from treatments of the cancer or surgery or from cancer?
It was to get the tumor. When the tumor was removed, they had to cut back the spermatic cord, and apparently, like when I've read notes on how the operation should be performed, you're supposed to clip back the nerve. It tells you preserve the nerve with a little plastic clip and then make the incision, and that's it. So basic, really basic operation. But apparently the guy must have been in a hurry and just slashed through the genitofemoral nerve instead of pinning back the actual nerve and doing like cutting back where you're supposed to cut back. I had to have like 3 operations to actually find where this little laceration was, because the first 2 doctors who operated on me to sort of do exploratory surgery, they closed ranks with the original surgeon, and they refused to sort of grass him up. They saw the injury and closed me back up and said there was nothing there. The third surgeon opened me up, and he found it, told me exactly what it was, and when I was like, oh, can you put that in writing? He closed ranks as well. He's like, oh no, I can't do that. He's like, but we'll set you up with lidocaine therapy and all this kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the NHS basically closed ranks, and they wouldn't grass on each other because that's their doctors. They're like brothers in arms, so kind of expected that. But
I have an uncle, and I don't want to go too much into it because I don't know how his family would feel about it, but he was a pretty young man in his 60s, and they had seen something, and they wanted to go for tests, and it getting delayed, and finally they decided to do the operation. And when they were in his stomach, this just happened this year. They looks like they accidentally nicked his intestine and closed him back up without treating it. and he was complaining about this horrible pain for a couple of days, and nobody would do anything. And basically, what some even told him, like, well, get over it. This is part of the healing process. And he started running high fevers, and in the end, he lost his life from it.
Oh, no way.
Like, by the time they went in, and they tried to look into it, and basically Quebec, because it states, like in Canada, every province, there's federal laws, but then the provinces all have a lot of leeway. Well, Quebec has pretty much an ironclad coverage for doctors because everything is free healthcare, but this comes at a price. They basically just railroaded them, and they don't want to talk about it, and it's just like
they back up. They just back you into a corner, and there's nothing wrong. Go and talk to someone else.
The surgeon's answer to the whole thing was, the morning I closed up my uncle's name, he wasn't my patient anymore.
That's crazy.
Here is very hard to sue anybody. How does it work in the UK?
Well, we tried, and the thing was, I knew this guy was in a hurry. Apart from the fact that because it was supposed to be a biopsy initially, and they said, well, we're going to have to do this biopsy. If it's cancer, we're obviously going to have to do what we're going to have to do. And I got put under anesthetic. When I woke up in the recovery room, there was a guy standing over me in motorcycle leathers and a motorbike helmet in his hand, and that was the surgeon.
Oh
and,
my!
he was like, oh, by the way, it was cancer. He goes, we'll set you up with your aftercare treatment, and that was it. And it was kind of like end of the story. Wow. So it was like a really matter-of-fact operation for him. So that's how simple the operation should be, or he was just in a hurry or whatever. But yeah, so he was there, and we thought, 2 years later when we found out what it actually was, it kind of made sense. I was like, he clearly was in a hurry, and that's how the accident happened in the first place. And when we tried to get lawyers on it, they said, well, it was cancer. If you didn't have the operation, you would have died. And it was that clear cut, and that's what they'll do to you in court. Like, there's really no way around it. If you have if you paid a lot of money, you might be able to get enough reports written up to say that, this is ridiculous. But most doctors, like, they're all going to say the same thing. You've got cancer, you have to have the operation. But, that wasn't one of the risks. I wasn't told of any risk of accidental nerves getting cut. They said there's a risk of infection. They said there's a risk of the cancer coming back. They said there's a risk of bleeding. There wasn't no risk of my nerves being cut. It's the first person I'd ever heard of that happening, so it was kind of strange.
It's amazing this day and age, we keep talking, and there is a lot of, like, I don't want to take away from all the marvels we have today, but still there's that in the gray area, and there's also the human error area, and stuff like that is still going on. And it's conversations that we have, like you're talking about right now with what happened to you and what's happening in the chat, shouldn't be discussions today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Especially in the countries we live into. That's what pisses me off so much. It shouldn't be happening this day and age.
And it's pretty common. It's pretty common when you go out on the street or you go to the hospital, you'll meet other people, and it's 10 a penny. They're everywhere. Absolutely.
We always think it's one of the things that only happens to us when it happens, until you get to meet other people and realize, wow, this is happening more than I thought.
It's like an epidemic.
It is.
Yeah, an epidemic cover-up. It's like a mass cover-up. It's crazy.
And that's my argument where some people are, I know they're so worried about robots, and they're so worried about losing their job in an assembly line, but also too, robots are hugely important, and they need to become even more important in surgeries and stuff like that. For that simple reason, is to get rid of the human error in certain things like this.
That's true.
It sounds cold, but sometimes it's better to have something that's done as a cold procedure and is done right pretty much every time, versus somebody having a bad day or their wife fought with them just before they go in and do work on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Human error versus robot error. I think I'd hedge my chances with robots if they're trained well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they can do half the stuff they can do on a circuit that's this big, imagine what they can do on your insides.
They can rattle cars off an assembly line pretty fast if they wanted to sell cars.
I agree with you. I don't want them to take away everybody's job, but honestly, I could live with a few surgeons sitting on the sidelines a little bit more and letting this thing go in when it's time to go. I mean, you'll never get rid of the human contact when it comes to healthcare, but just for procedure wise.
Yeah.
But I guess until whatever happens, happens. And I mean, that will never be, nothing's ever going to be the same in grace, because whenever you're dealing with the human body, but at least if you can narrow, like lower the risks of something like that, it's well worth it, in my opinion.
I think they don't want us to live longer anyway, do they?
No, exactly. We cost too much when we get old.
Yeah.
That's part of their. That's part of the plan too. You're gonna lose a certain amount each year. We're like that show Deadliest Catch. We're like a bunch of crabs sitting in the hall, and as long as no more than 10% die, we're doing good.
I just dropped in the link from my special edition Millions Missing that I had. Since we were talking about invisible illnesses, I had a while ago on 12th of May. It was a day for Millions Missing and all the invisible illnesses and chronic pain. And I did kind of like more like a personal live. I was talking about like what I'm going through and what I'm doing and all that stuff. So if you're interested, check that out. The link is in the chat.
Yep.
I think I got there quite emotional and everything, because I usually don't really talk too much about it. But so if anybody needs some support or inspiration, as I seek so much from the internet as well. And yeah, people, it's great. I like when people are echoing what you guys are talking about as well, you know, getting people a chance to talk about their, you know, their struggles as well.
Yep.
I find it's great that you can do that here.
Yeah, I seen alien. Oh, you did answer aliens. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we have.
And it's nice to see, like, you know, even in this chat, like every night we have a different subject, and everybody, and we're kind of friends. And I think it's nice that once in a while we do something like this, and then people can start talking about what's going on in their lives too. Like, you know, it opens another forum, and I think that's amazing that, you know, you're sharing your story with everybody tonight. I think maybe a lot of people needed to hear it.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's been different. It's unusual. It's not something that I really talk about, because it's quite a personal thing. But so at some point I did have to talk about it, and I think for me it was either one day make a video to try and bring attention to chronic pain, which I didn't think I'd have the courage to actually stand up and maybe talk into a camera and make. So I kind of, in a way, it's kind of does that for me, because I think I'd struggle to sit there and make a whole video about chronic pain, and where would I begin and where would it end. And whereas this like a natural progression into it, it's like, well, actually, yeah, bring it to people's attentions. And, you know, like you say, you're putting a little link for people who might need a little help, or even just forums that people can talk to other people is always a good thing, because until recently I've had no one to really sort of aim like my nonsense at in pain who would understand where I'm at. Whereas I found Facebook forums now with people who have taken the same meds that I'm on, who are like, they totally get where I'm coming from. And I don't feel like such an alien, like I'm the only person in the world like tripping out of my head before I go to sleep. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a good thing. A whole new life, isn't it, when you start dealing with these things?
You know, you're doing a good thing. You're definitely doing a good thing.
Yeah, and thank you again for sharing, because it is, and I do get what you're saying. It's hard to start talking about it, but once you do find so many people that actually go through very similar things, and you it's kind of like both-way support, you know, like you said about drugs that people use, or even they're just emotional things that people go through. It's kind of the both-way interaction support that that I find, you know, I get, and what I've seen people are saying as well, you know.
It's very noble to bring it up. It's and also not just to talk about your pain, but also to show how your outlook is working with your pain, and how you're looking at new things to do in your life and work around it, and, you know, like using your kids as inspiration and all these things. Those are all important messages, and I think there's somebody that's just waiting to hear your message that needs you, because we're like, some people have a big family network and some people don't have anybody.
Yeah, true.
You know, and that's really a hard thing to. That's the hardest part of all. I remember when your mom was sick.
Yeah.
At this hospital in Latvia, and it was like the centralized cancer institute. And there's some poor people in there, you know, you can tell they got no or the family, you know, can't barely ever get to see them. And they're coming outside, and like one guy had a tumor on his chest, looked like a deck of playing cards.
Wow.
Sticking out, you know, about an inch. And, you know, you can tell the healthcare for some, not that Latvia has all bad healthcare, but I mean, some have more money than others. They get certain things. And one guy had this bandage all around his head with this big pad, and, you know, you could see it wasn't, It hadn't been tended to like it looked like, in a day or two.
Yeah.
And some of them are smoking. And I know I told people later on, they're like, well, you should have told them to quit. Well, let's face it, some of these guys, we know where it was all going towards. And I would go there outside to have a cigarette, and they don't speak any English to these older guys. And they sit down by me, and the one guy, I always had my pack of Demoria, the Canadian ones, and I bring a cart with me. And I handed out one to him one day, and he was so proud, and he was showing it off to him. So every day I was out, he'd come and have it. So I started smoking those stinking Marlboros that they sold there.
Oh, no.
For when those guys were there, to give them one. And like he had this dirtier shirt, and he would rub his hand like this and shake my hand like that. And then he would tell the other guy beside me, he'd be pointing at, he'd ask to see the box and show him. And,
Lovely.
they just had nobody, and even they had somebody there doesn't speak a damn word to them or nothing. And they just needed that interaction, just somebody to feel like they cared for 5 minutes.
Yeah, a bit of human touch in it. Absolutely.
It does go a long way sometimes. So, listen, it's late for you, and I don't want to keep you up all night. You've been so generous with your time already. I hope you're not too tired.
That's cool. No, I'm sorry if I am half asleep, but I'm surprised I'm still awake, to be fair.
You have nothing to apologize for. You've been absolutely spectacular. I was glad, because I don't want you too hyped up on Red Bull and coffee. I want you to be able to sleep.
Good. It's easy for me to get mellow. Very easy.
Maybe I'm going to do another pain thing sometime.
Yeah, definitely. People really.
Yeah.
I find people where it's a bad way to say enjoying, but like to be in the chat and to be able to discuss between one another, like we kind of started again here.
Yep.
And some people were afterwards like messaging how great it was. So I think maybe we should do more.
Would you be interested in that sometime, like a panel and coming on?
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Well, listen, you take care of yourself. You've been so gracious with us tonight, like with the time difference.
Sorry,
No problem.
Sorry, thank you for having me, man. That's wicked.
Oh, yeah. The thanks is all from us. You've been such a gentleman, and thank you for sharing your story and continue making videos about it. I really do believe that people out there need to see what you're doing. They're really waiting for that.
That's really kind. Thank you.
And keep in touch, okay?
I will, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, and we will see you soon.
Care. Yeah, you will, definitely. Mind how you go. Love. Mind how you go, man. Take care.
Take care, my friend. Bye now.
Bye.
Oh, God, he was so amazing.
Really amazing.
Oh.
Like so much inspiration, so much energy, so much like life energy,
The human spirit is something, and I mean, he's the epitome of that. His outlook, the way he does it for his kids and for his wife, and
as I was tweeting, he's surviving, through life. He survived life, and it's unbelievable that again, like the doctor's mistakes can cause so much. Sorry, I get nervous and I start doing so much, pain, like literally physical pain, which impacts the whole life. Like Kathy was saying too, and I know when she was doing her surgery of removing the tumor, they damaged her nerve as well. And it was a mistake, and lots of stories like that. And that's how Iroll was saying about their son's birth, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Which how completely, how impossibly it can happen. I just don't understand it. There are things that can, yes, there are still people, they make mistakes, but some things are not mistakes. Most of these things are negligence. There's difference between negligence and mistake, and it's unbelievable. And also, in lots of places, you can't sue doctors. Unfortunately, I don't know, but you can't sue the doctors in lots of places around the world for whatever reasons it is. Often, it's also a big legal battle, so you have to have money to begin with to do that, and most of the time, people who suffer, they'd rather put it into their treatment.
Yeah, so it was very, very kind of him for his time tonight and that sort of everything. I mean, like the time difference and all that, it's 3 a.m. for him right now. Yeah, it was really cool for him to be on. It was really,
Yeah, my
yeah,
God, yeah,
you know,
definitely. And Ty speaks. Hello, hello, our anxiety and depression expert.
that's right, 100%.
Yeah.
And our happiness experts here, Bottle Caps. How are you doing?
Where is he? I can't see him.
He's right here.
Oh, I have my top chat again. How does it switches to this thing?
Oh, mine's on that as well. What the
Unbelievable.
hell? That's better.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, jeez. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Chamly Fannel. My God, you're the one who made the show. I think you really touched a lot of people tonight with your story. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, definitely. And please, guys, for those of you who joined, go and check Chamly Fannel story about himself in the description of our video. You have to read it. It's amazing. And I sent Kathy, and Patsy was in, by the way.
Yes,
And,
I was talking to Patsy.
I
held it together tonight, by the way.
I know. You gotta write a book. The way you described it, it's unbelievable. Like it's like a page from a book. You said that you can't possibly talk, about things too long in the video.
Yeah.
Or you can't write things down, you were saying.
Yeah.
But I think you can. You just proved yourself when you sent to me your about description, because it was amazing. Definitely. Thank you so much. Enjoyed having you on.
Oh, Beth is here. Hi, Beth. How are you? Good to see you tonight. Our guest just left because it's 3 a.m. where he is. So if you get a chance, if you want to go back later on and check out the replay, a bit amazing speech about amazing talk, about his amazing story, the trials and tribulations. But you want a survivor story? He is definitely one.
Yeah, a professional poker player,
Yeah.
a professional chef in London's restaurants and
Yeah.
House of Commons at 16.
That's crazy.
Life survivor, dealing with neuropathic pain, having two twins. Well, twins, 2-year-old twins, and a 6-year-old. That's a handful and some of things, and he's amazing. And he has a radio voice, like, oh my God, a radio voice.
Oh yeah, big time, big time. Like I said, he should be saying this is BBC News.
Yeah.
Uzulu, I was wondering if welcome, by the way, and I was wondering. I see Bo Caps asked a question. I was wondering if you were going to get that one. Doesn't mean just because you're Greek that everybody has to know every bit of trivia about it, but you got that one, so good stuff.
My chat is not updating, so if I miss something,
your chat's not updated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's good now. Oh, there's always somebody giving thumbs down. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're not worried about it. But thank you for saying that. That's very nice of you. So don't sweat it. And you guys more than make this channel awesome. So we'll focus on that. That'll be our worry for tonight. How are you guys doing, by the way? It's a Saturday night.
Helios is the, by the way, the answer, not Phoebeus. The bottle caps his questions. Patsy, this was a serious show. Yes, and exactly. And that's why I was telling you guys yesterday that it's gonna be a smart talk. I call these the conversations about life. Yeah, a smart talk. I really appreciate him opening up about that. I really think it inspires a lot of people. It's always good to hear stories. Exactly. Very serious, but appreciate him sharing his journey. Exactly. That's right.
He's very candid about it and a good attitude to it as well. I get that. My God, Bottle Caps, you're up on your Greek history.
Yeah, I don't know why. Probably
he's a trivia nut.
Trivia, some
yeah,
kind of thing.
That's why.
Do you have trivia apps on your phone? I used to have tons of them first when I just got a phone.
I don't know. I used to be decent at it, but after the last one, because I honestly thought Uzulu was right. That's why. So I can't say much.
Uzulu is right. Well, half right now. Andy, has your name always ended with our haunted travels?
Hmm.
No. Our haunted travels adventures is now. Our haunted travels. I think it changed there a couple of times.
Hmm.
Apollo is the sun. Heli is the Greek god that rides the sun. Yeah, and Apollo is not the Greek god for that tries. It's not the right answer. Helios. Yeah, that's right. um. Okay. Well. I think I'm still in the thought about the
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm having
Uh,
trouble changing gears a little bit. I want to, and it's still.
I just am
down.
gonna drop a channels link again for those of you guys who just because the channel doesn't work in the description, channels link. So I'm just gonna drop it in here.
It was no, just added it because most people didn't know what our channel was actually about. Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Mhm.
You know,
The clearer it is,
Yep.
the easier it is to find.
what is going on here?
I think our neighbors are hanging outside today.
Yeah, yeah, I guess
It's
so.
a nice
Yeah.
summer evening, so.
That's all right. That's good.
Yeah. So today, well, tomorrow we're
I'm
not
the
gonna have.
smartest man in Canada. I just know this shit.
That's great.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad we're honored to have the smartest man in Canada in our chat. So I guess we're pretty lucky. So.
Tomorrow we're not gonna have anybody on since we are not gonna be on, and I'm telling you guys we're gonna be missing you because we have been running this not 14 days straight because last Sunday we were on the Rick's channel.
Yeah, that's right.
So we
Yeah,
have
but
been
Rick's
on-
channel was. I don't want to do that tonight because I enjoyed their channel. It was nice to take the
Well, I enjoy this too.
passenger seat. So
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, that we've been on,
being
yeah.
on.
Mhm.
It's been 14 days in a row, which is great, and in that way that we are so getting addicted to this.
Yeah, exactly.
That when we are not, and especially after having 2 weeks, full with you guys for every day, it's going to be really lonely.
You never know.
tomorrow.
Maybe we'll pop on. Surprisingly, we'll get lonely for you.
Yeah, I think the winging it is coming tomorrow.
So I'll bring you on. You'll be my guest tomorrow for winging it. I'll get the pile of questions to you.
Well, unless
See
you
what
want to
makes you
watch
tick.
how I edit photography tomorrow, then I don't know if that would be possible.
If I tell her she's coming on, she's coming
I'm
on.
unavailable unless it's a photo tutorial. Next week we have amazing guests again. Monday we're gonna start with the Muricen's vlog. Am I pronouncing it right?
Maurice's, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Muricen's vlog, a family vlog. They're really great. I love their thumbnails. They're really great. Check that out. And that's gonna be on Monday. Then we have cooking shows, and we have some people from exotic places, and we have Night Shame on next.
They can't even hear you. We got Night Shame on next week.
Yes, they could hear me. It was a secret.
Well, yeah, but then.
Yes, and other amazing guests.
Oh
as well.
my God Almighty! I think I need some painkillers right now.
So that's going to be a pretty great week, and and we're really kicking off this month on a very great note for yesterday's and today's. What are you doing?
Everybody has gaming channels and stuff like that, and I want my own. So here we go. There, now I'm a gaming channel too.
Do we play Rummy or something?
Well, it's almost like Fortnite, kind of the same realm. I haven't played Rummy since I was a kid, I think.
For those of you who use Steam accounts, there's big blowouts of the games. Our son got one that was $50, and now it's $7. So if you're interested in games, go check.
Actually, bottle caps, I don't know yet, but I actually did message Pipers. That's all I'm willing to say right now at this moment. So that's all I can give you for now. But yes, I have.
I have to read Andrew's chat because mine is not updating
Yeah.
again.
But I did message Piper Blush, so that's all I can say.
She's too busy bouncing.
Yeah, she's.
Okay, let's not do that. It is a serious.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But now we'll kind of let go.
Well,
a
it's
little
in
bit
the
from
same video.
Mhm.
Do we have to include that?
it. Bottle caps, help me out here.
I'm just gonna say good night and see you on Monday.
Wait. I chat with her on a regular basis. You want me to put a good? Where do you chat with her? Richard Larson, hello, and welcome. How are you tonight?
Yep. He's the reason you got Mavic. Why? Are you flying it over to Quebec or what?
That's interesting. You really piqued my curiosity. I want to hear the answer to this one. Oh yeah, on Facebook. What's your speed? The Piper Blush? That's how I roll, or the or the solitaire I was playing.
And thank you, Alien, for dropping by.
Yeah,
and if
it
you
was
get
nice
to know the
seeing
name
you.
of it, let me know. It was nice to see you again. Thank you so much.
Really good to have you here. You take care of yourself, and anytime you got time, love having you here. So, pleasure was all ours.
Okay, Panic D, trusting your word. Thank you so much, though.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's much appreciated. What does she do with it, bottle caps? Does she show how to screw on the wings or something? Or blades, whatever they're called?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what she could be good at it with.
That's a good one.
Go Buckeyes.
Why not? Why not, eh? Oh my God Almighty. So I'm so curious about you guys, your conversations with Piper. What do you got? Is this like does she charge you for this or something? I'm really
I
curious.
thought it's part of her social experiment.
Oh, really? Well, then, welcome to the family, Richards.
And congratulations on good attendance.
Yep, that's it. God, I love it.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's good dedication.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
And thank you, Panic D, for bringing your
Yes.
parapeeps. Our parapeeps. We're parapeeps too.
That's right. Oh, thank you, Bottle Caps. Yeah, that was like 2 kilometers from my parents' house. That's where we used to go sometimes when we were younger. We're all like this. It runs right along the Snowmobile Club trail, and
Does she
used to
do
drive
body
dirt
painting or what in the fall?
oh, I didn't read the first part. I just said okay. No, I was so lost. Should have known better.
That's why I don't know.
Yeah. We usually don't give out our last name on here.
Although it's very hard to find us.
Yeah.
So go over to our business page, which you already are a part of, and do a little investigation.
Yeah.
You're going to find it right away.
Think of it like a treasure hunt.
No, you are part of our Facebook Puša Studios. I know that.
Yeah.
So go over there and you'll find it right away.
You really sing her praises, Bottle Caps. You're really dedicated to her. I hope you talk as good about us to everybody else.
Well, yeah, at least, you know she's married right from the start on this one.
Aw.
Gaming.
Don't feel bad. We didn't know either about Susie. That was
Yeah,
one of
we
the most.
didn't.
I thought you were here the night when she first told us. Like, I mean, we just stared at the camera for like 2 minutes. I think we don't even.
Oh, we
didn't say
asked for a
anything.
good 15 minutes
Yeah.
if they were joking or what, because it was so stunning for everybody in the chat that time.
Take care, Uzalu. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. And T-Rock, thank you so much. XO.
You guys are awesome. Yeah, so don't feel bad about that one. It completely floored us as well. So it was not something we expected. They're saying goodnight to each other, so it is, eh? I get confused for saying between them and Gaming Dude.
Well, I'm not really sure. Gaming Dude have to go, and T-Rock is going. I'm not sure about Tuzulu.
T-Throg, you take care of yourself. You have a great night.
And
good night, John Boy. We can't forget him. I would like to get a game started or something. I'd like to find something that people haven't done yet, and I'd be interested in doing.
Yeah, let's play vocabulary, like naughty vocabulary. Adult Swim Push Studios. You know, when you start a word and then you have to start the next word with the last word of the previous, but it has to be Adult Swim themed.
That's way too much thinking.
No, like regular would be like, I don't know, you know, cat ends with T, the next word would be tape. The next word would be with E, but in the Adult Swim version.
Yeah, no, I again. Okay.
Well, at least I came up with something.
Okay, we'll get it started.
No, it was just a suggestion. I didn't say I'm going to do it. I wanted the game, so I suggested one.
Oh my God Almighty! We could do Hangman Adult Swim style.
Too much brain power this hour of night. Yeah,
yes,
I agree.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Well, then I don't know what kind of simple games would there be.
It's funny she didn't pick like some sort of algorithm game for us all to try. God.
Are you going to be doing Pictionary? Naughty Pictionary?
We could.
Bottle caps. Andrew's doing Naughty Pictionary, and unfortunately I can't open Facebook, so I will have to look at it afterwards. Yeah, Pictionary. Chess. I actually love chess.
I know Bottle Caps will go for Pictionary.
Definitely.
All right, let's give it a try. Please take a turn.
I'm good at watching.
No, we're gonna take turns, and you're gonna watch the chat.
Yeah.
I'll do one, and then vice versa. So you open up Microsoft Paint, get it open. Oh, you can't because you're not connected. Okay, well I'll just give you the mouse. Never mind. It's all good.
It's already hurts.
Okay. Yeah, guys, this is gonna go off without a hitch.
Keep it simple. You're dealing with North Americans here. What was that? Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, you want me to give you a word? It would be easier if we give each other a word and then we try to.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's definitely listen to Bottle Caps. Good God. Okay, guys, here we go. Here's the one that Xenia picked. Are you ready?
Oh, but wait, they're only guessing.
Like piece of paper.
A potato.
It's a picture of a horse eating grass. Well, I don't see the grass. Well, the horse ate it all. Well, I don't see the horse. Well, he walked away after eating all the grass.
Oh, actually, I know what I'm going to draw. So I don't need a word from you.
Oh, guys, get ready because this is going to be well done. So, oh my God Almighty. Okay.
Blank screen. Polar bear in a snowstorm. Oh, I love that. Bonus.
Okay, here comes Xenia's one that she wanted. Xenia picked.
You gotta draw it so that it's hard to guess. The whole point of it.
Well.
Static. Ghost.
It won't be hard for me to draw it. Hard to guess because I can't draw. So
Ghost. Train.
I knew somebody was going to pick that.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
Phone. Yay! Club and Epic. Good job.
oh my god.
Yeah, well, everybody else too, but Club and Epic was faster on fingers. Yes. Okay, now can I draw?
Yep. All yours. I haven't used Microsoft Paint in so long that I don't even remember what the. Oh, yeah, there's a size there.
So, do you want me to? Do you want to tell me the other way around? Are you telling me the word?
You got to do what I said.
No,
What I said.
for God's sake. Okay. I thought we were supposed to do something. Oh my
This is
God.
your idea.
Well, yeah, no, but how am I even supposed to draw this?
Very carefully.
Can I say?
One sec. One sec. We're gonna put the chat because I can't read it. Yeah, there.
Can I say how many words?
Why not? 2 words. There you go.
Oh, Miss Kathy, you're back. I don't know
Oh
if,
no.
it's
Okay.
if it's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Now Miss Kathy's here. All right. We're gonna change it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How do you do this?
Oh, I put it back on pencil. Yeah.
It's a bottle
I
cap.
knew somebody was. Broken spork. Go, Daddy. Gotta be something to draw on. Yes, Oozaloo.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Oozaloo got it. Did you want me to save that, by the way, when it asks? Jeez. Sea monkey. Yeah, no. Okay, the next one I'll pick myself because Xfinity gave me a dilly the last time.
Yeah, and this wasn't a dilly at all.
Well, at least somebody got to guess between. Okay, guys, here we go.
Speedos. Can I guess?
No.
Boat. Oh, guys, is it so hard? Boat, because I don't get it. Wilson lives down the street. Banana.
It's 2 words, guys.
Longhorn.
You keep calling them out.
Jockstrap, thong, cowhead, and hello to Matt W. We're playing a little late night Pictionary, if you know what I mean. Who is eating potato chips? Fishing. Yeah.
Another hint for this one here. Ah, you aren't so cocky now. Come on, guys. 2 words. Messed up candy. Or I can't think. Yes, with snake. Silver spark. What the what? Yeah, that's probably the closest one yet. So this is one word, and this is the other word.
Messed up candy
I see
cane.
some people getting pretty close if they put it
Whip.
together.
Something warm. Worm with O or A? Fuse, whip, snake, silkworm, spark,
This definitely wasn't made by Doodles, my dog.
fireworks, cinnamon bun. Happy birthday. TSO.
No? Okay, does everybody give up then? I quit.
Andrew,
Okay,
yes,
there's
quit.
a certain answer already. Okay, I'll leave it for another 20, 30 seconds.
Don't tell us.
Oh, okay.
We'll figure it out. Zulu doesn't know. Okay, Flub and Epic, all counts on you now. Oh, there are numbers now.
Well, I was showing between them like there's because there's 2 words. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw this
Got
one.
a phone call. Oh, you have to go away. I thought it was part of it.
Take care, Miss Kathy. It was a good guess.
This hurts my brain. Yeah, I know. Okay, Flub and Epic gave up.
Gave up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go quickly. I did it worse than the first time. Pantyhose. Pantyhose.
Oh my god.
Well, it stumped everybody.
Okay, let's end on a sophisticated note. I'm gonna draw one now.
Who's
And
it?
Miss Kathy, it's good that you're not here because you wouldn't know it right away.
Welcome, Rabesh. Great to have you back. Welcome. Panic detail. No, sir. It's Xenia drawing now. It's not me.
It's me. It's me.
Matt W. Welcome. Bottle caps. Huh?
A line. Well, 2 points.
Butt crack.
Yeah, almost there. 2 points for somebody who actually guesses it.
I'm guessing sun setting or skinny dipping.
No.
Mm.
Butt in the air. No, it's not a butt anywhere.
butt up.
Why can't I do a
Speed bump.
straight line?
Toast.
A toast. Oh, I like that one.
Mooning. Sombrero. Cowboy hat. Straw hat. He's going through all the hats. What in the hell?
Well, now I know how good you guys have been in your childhoods.
This is going to be some European thing we've never heard of. I can see that coming a mile away.
Right,
it was an elephant. I
right.
wasn't sure because it drew the legs.
It's from Little Prince, the constrictor that ate an elephant.
Oh my god!
Well, but it's a classic.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like a hat, but it is a constrictor that ate an elephant. So, Flabanapic. Rhinoceros, almost. Flabanapic, you're getting your point, and a point from me personally. And that's 2 points for you, by the way, today.
Jesus.
Yeah, from Little Prince, guys. You all have read Little Prince about the things that are not like we see them right away.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So see, I want it to be sophisticated. Keeping it in style. That's bottle caps.
I knew she was going to say that.
That's why I said about Kathy, because Kathy reading books, or I would know it right away. Whose idea was this? Rebesh QB, hi, by the way. Cloud9, Andrew, crying.
Three words. Well.
Oh my goodness. And you would say, I am difficult. How is this keeping it simple? Still crying. Monocular. I know what it is. Oh my god. Nobody's guessing. Damn lag. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, this is the first word.
You did say Adult Swim, right? Yes.
This is the first word, and this is the second. Oh.
You shouldn't go do that to goats. Something ridiculous.
Oh my god almighty. I can't draw any more clues than that. Royalty and the other. Can I give them a hint?
Mm-hmm.
Think of somebody you know.
That's quite a hint, I must say.
Yeah.
Smoker cough.
Yeah.
And a red coat. Richard Larson, by the way.
Think of our channel. I figured you were gonna get it. I figured. It's just like...
Crying.
There's
There are lots of them out there. We're gonna pretend that you're 18, Reese.
Yeah, that's right.
Adultered. That's from our Saturday stream. Beer adultered. Royal ticket.
Think of our chat.
You gotta draw something else to it. It's easier.
I don't think there's much else I can add.
Well.
Mr. Bean crying.
Is it a goat?
Kind of. Needs to look more angry, I think that will do it. That salt was missing.
It made it smiling.
There, better. Okay, Kathy, I gave them the hint. Think of our chat.
Miss Cassie, you missed my sophisticated little prince doodle.
Flubben Epic wrote alpaca. No, but you're... just think of people.
Baphomet?
No. Just think of our chat. Ball caps, Kathy. Can we play Pictionary at your place? Think of your peers. And this is one word, and this is two. Come on, bottle caps. I thought you liked playing the game, so I didn't want to make it spoon-fed to you.
He likes winning.
Oh, he likes winning? Okay, well then we'll go back to other stuff after this one. Let me know if everybody gives up. But yeah, think of your peers in the chat. You'd think so, Kathy, but no. You're a tenacious bunch. I like that. If you just give up, onto it, okay. Well, if you just give up, I'll tell you, and we'll move on to the next one. Terrell put her thinking capsule. Looking for Admiral. No, the deer. You're not giving up? Okay. Okay. Think, like, I can't stress that enough. Think of your peers in this channel.
Larson giving up. Royal. The crown. Susie. We are doing Adult Swim Pictionary.
Please don't tell Doug how we massacre drawings.
Yeah. The previous one wasn't. And they said it obviously wasn't drawn by Doug. Professor.
Professor Dickhead.
Dirty pictures, yeah.
Dirty Pictionary. And so who was left that didn't give up? There was Bottle Caps?
Yeah, Ball Cap's still not giving up. We'll have to go to play this every week. Oh, gosh.
So just think. I'll give one last clip and then we're going to end it in what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Just think. Your peers in this channel. Your peer in this channel, I should say.
King Dick Dog Sideways. Miss Kathy! Wash your mouth with soap!
I love you, Kathy.
Oh my goodness. Ah. That's how Roll gave up.
That's how Roll gave up?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
We're going to be known for great talks with guests and then naughty pictures at the end of it.
Dun-gum girl. All right, guys. You ready for the answer? Remember I said think peers in our group? And Xenia got it pretty much right away. Here, whisper just to
no,
make sure.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You don't?
No.
It's Philip Cockram.
Oh my goodness. No, couldn't be more straight than that. Oh my god. I never. This is like from the grade 5 or something.
Yep.
But nobody guessed it.
I've had good ones so far.
I thought the whole point of it, people is guessing it right. I guess I didn't know it. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's true.
I love that.
Seriously, take the mouse away from him.
Is he still there? I don't know.
He was going to play guitar. I think he's going to...
I would have never guessed that.
You're up, Hunt.
Oh my goodness. So what are we doing?
Give something. We'll go something easier this time. We'll just, I don't know, run of the mill North American, not run of the mill European. Okay, because I know where that's gonna go.
Well, we've seen what yours just went.
But yours gonna be like Brustenschnitz or something like that, or the hedgehog with a heart on her. God only knows.
Okay. Okay. No, tell me something. See if I can do it or not.
Okay, not on the spot. I wasn't thinking for one right now.
That was stupid. Prince Philip does not wear a crown.
Well, I had to add it in the end because trying to make it a little more regal.
Okay. I know. Okay. I'm trying to be good here.
I understand, Irvin. Yeah, that is true. I thought he was at first when I was doing it. Then I looked after was it, so that's why I was still trying to really push. Just hope to be able to think a little bit out, but it was a hard one. Really? The movement was necessary.
Yeah, I didn't realize the size of it.
Dear Jesus. Pancakes, exactly. Asteroid. You can hear somebody eating potato chips.
That's his new Z thing. Almost. Say it.
Yep.
Yeah, there
Susie
you
got
go. I'll give half a point to Kathy. See, it's not about naughty things, it's about drawing it. So half a point to Kathy and a point to Susie. And I know, quick fingers. Richard Larson, I thought he was driving camera, but quickly wrote can. Hi, Elos. We're drawing Adult Swim Dictionary.
We were, now we're cleaning it up some.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the sophisticated part, and Andrew is doing the Adult Swim part. So
I know she does draw better than I do, Richard. We all know that. We're all aware of that one.
thank you.
I'm horrible at drawing. I'll be the first to say it.
So Flabin Epic has 2 points, Uzulu 1, Kathy half a point, and Susie 1. Oh, good for you guys. It's today. Why is it today?
What?
I thought it's Sunday. I don't know why I'm mixing up today. Okay, well, go check it out. It looked like a box with a soup can. It's all about where you start drawing it. Like right now. Comb, toothbrush. Panic, yeah, 0.
Well, this is going to hell in a
So-
handbag. Real quick. I really got... Okay, I got to erase
Comb.
something.
Comb.
So I guess we're driving a combine.
We are driving the combine
You need
through
to...
the fields of America.
Okay.
Saw. Zipper. Cityscape.
Oh my god, this is a catastrophe.
Sex toy.
This was not a good idea. This is one of those ones that was like, okay, last minute decision, it should be pretty easy. And yeah, they don't get it. It's totally on my doing. Like,
Well, I think I'm misunderstanding the rules of Pictionary.
Why?
No, because I thought the whole point is for them to get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you,
It's not a combine, it's a harvester. Oh, thank you. Let's drive the harvester through the fields of America. Rail train. Tank. Mm-hmm. No. Come on. Harmonica. No. Come on, you can do it. Who can fast? Do it fast. It is piano.
Yeah.
Flamin' Epic is rolling it today. Flamin' Epic is 3. Wow.
good job.
Good job. And have the fastest fingers too.
Here you go, hon.
Okay, one more? Or how many we're doing now?
Just what?
How adult do you want to have it?
Adult as you can make it.
Adult as you can make it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna whisper to me these things then. I'm not so bad at adult.
You always do this at the end when I'm sitting here just like I've just used my brain going through this stuff and I can't even think of one for myself right now. It's a harp with keys.
Oh, okay.
Cleavage, boobs. Boobs. To a potato. Richard's me. Vagina. Oh, Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy got fired in the belly. I love it. Bikini. Butterfly. Flippin' epic, Miss Kathy. Sheesh. Excuse me. Mustache.
Yeah, but this is a porn stash.
Jesus. Congratulations, Miss Kathy. I'm Richard Larson.
Who was the first one?
Richard.
Richard Larson. Richard Ralston. Oh, Richard. See,
Now
it's much faster with
and
me.
start thinking of your next one so you don't ask me at the last second.
Well, Colonel Sanders. Colonel. Yeah, porn stars, exactly.
Okay, this is a 3-word one, okay, guys?
Do a potato.
I got that the last time too, yeah. So this is word 1. 2.
Doggy is one word. FYI. Oh, and by the way, on Monday it's pronounced mere. Oh, okay. You're right, son. Thank you. Sex. Where's Neil when you need the Louise is on.
So 3 words.
No, and I'm the one that is complicated. Next time we're gonna write a novel in Pictionary. Tune in.
You're all worried about lining and spacing. I just cut right to the chase. But
Well,
with lots
it's
of
all
words.
about the secret behind it. Sex snack. What is sex snack?
I don't know. I'm curious, Richard.
Screw. Sex snacks. Neck fish. What is that?
His bottle cap's gone back to watch Star Wars again.
No, he's he
here?
said, huh? Humpback whale.
Yeah.
Yay! Good job, Reese. Oh,
Excellent.
Wow, Reese. Our adult here. Reese has got it. Yes. Good job, actually. Very good job. That was smart.
Good minds think alike, right, Reese? You're up on. You're really going to town on this, aren't you? All right, Flub and Epic, you take care. Yeah, I know Panic, and I thought of that after when I was erasing it. You're right. I shouldn't have added that as going. That was my bad on that one. Put it on this one. Spoon neck whale.
Lines. Granny boobs.
Saggy boobs. Wow. From Terrell. I'll get mine. Oh my god. Only. This guy says varicose veins.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That's what I was thinking was. So there.
No, nothing even close, but it's a good guess. Warm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Richard Cathy already said that one. Yeah, I was my guess as well.
Panic D, you were close.
Hawaii.
But it's an adult swim, so.
Richard said Hawaii.
Seaweed.
From hell. Sexy tree. Weeds. Good God, what the hell is this? Our haunted trout. Oh, he was lying. It's like this, like somebody with autism was doing like a painting session.
No, come on now.
No, Jesus. Bush.
Yes! There you go.
Richard scribbles.
Bush, exactly. But it's an adult swim, no? What part of the body you calling?
Jeez.
Kathy 1.5, by the way, and Flub and Epic can't win more because they are down. Oh, you're here. I thought you're gone. Richard Larson, you were going with the right thing.
One word, guys. It's one word. So this plus this makes one word.
Miss Kathy.
Well, it's a good for her.
Is Chris at home? Or are you shaking the bed?
I should probably head out of here now. Enjoying your drawing. Thank you so much, Reese.
And and you won one point.
Panic D got it. Panic D got it.
Yay!
Dictator. That's exactly
Panic
it.
D. My God, Panic D. Panic D.
Cook that, Kathy.
Oh, good job.
Oh my God. All right, hon. Hit the board.
I'm running out of words.
I know that these ones, especially the adult swim ones, are getting harder to think of.
Okay. Not a similarity to my previous one. Potato finally made it, yes.
Yeah, that was what jogged my memory about it too.
Night.
You take care, Kathy. Thank you so much for coming.
According to Wikipedia, since the
Stupid asshole.
Are we transforming? Batman. Oh, that's a good one. Night, that's how I roll.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, wow. Amazing. What is it, Siri? Yeah, exactly. So stupid. Closer. What kind? Yeah! Half a point for Panic D, and North American gets a point. Couldn't have been more like grade 2. Oh my goodness.
Sucking face.
No, French kissing.
Oh my.
Most American traits. Night ball caps.
You're off bottle caps? Okay. All right, you take care. Thanks for coming.
Sad. Sad big nose. Yeah, it's hard as teachers, I bet. Our middle child's elementary graduation is in a couple of weeks. My goodness. Oh crap! I'm pregnant. I love
Yeah,
that.
that would have been a good one. No, it's not that, but that's a
That's a really good one.
yeah.
Sad rocks.
No.
It's like from My Little Pony. Who drew this one? Guess. No, this is actually a good one.
Well, thank you. You sound so shocked and and like congratulating a 5-year-old on getting.
Well, I didn't think we're quite pieces of art here, either of us, in this one. Sad robot crap. Or rabbit crap. I'm sorry. How many words? One?
One word. This one's misleading. Sad rabbit crap. Cake and
Robot crap is funny. Yeah, I didn't see it. Sorry, my eyes blurred out out of focus. So
What's another word for sad?
no, LOL is not another word for sad.
That's just gonna mess things up more.
Richard, you are giving or are you giving up? What are you giving if you're giving? We're all for it. Oh, there are some colors coming in.
You're getting there.
Depressed.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. You're getting there. Another word for sad or depressed, and then look at the other part.
Blue rock.
Oh my God, you're getting so close. Remember, this is Adult Swim version. I'm not gonna. Yes.
Hey, Patty D.
Oh, and Susie was right behind.
My good. Who are in the second place with 2.5 points.
Oh my God almighty. What do you say? One more and then we'll call it a
Yeah.
evening? Okay, you're up.
Well,
Good job, guys. I know usually you're not supposed to use the color in the ones, but I thought oh, don't worry about that, Richard. Give Richard a point. Give them all. Give him a half point for it. Why do I feel like this is gonna be the raunchiest one of the night for some ungodly reason? Yes, that's right, Panic. I'll put your resume for sure.
But I need the exact wording here.
Oh, I know what it is. Jeez. She got polio.
Okay, my hands are not really the best right now.
We got water? No.
Why are you guessing?
No, Richard wrote that. I'm reading what he wrote. Nice butt. Big phrase, right? No. No, nobody got it, Richard.
On the right pass, but not really.
Yeah. To pull the window. No, it's a short phrase. Just think of what you see and put it all together into. There's lots of stuff, but think of what's prominent. Richard.
Yeah, that's
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, I was wrong. Good for you, Susie. I thought it was beach bum.
no.
Oh, I was.
Very good, Susie. Yay! That's how, since it's the last one.
She's not swimming.
Okay, how would I draw it swimming?
It's like this in the water or something like that. Butt shine.
There you go,
my
Susie.
God. Oh God, guys, that's our first game thing we've ever done here.
Susie got 2. Okay, so Flabinafi got 3. Then Panic D got 2.5, and Susie got 2. That's the top 3. That's a good drawing. Thank you.
Yep. She's got the talents for that stuff. So
If my
But my Philip Cochrane was
your
pretty
Philip
intelligent.
Cochrane was amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
My ideas, your drawing, we can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Woo-hoo for
Yeah.
everybody who
He said he's
participated.
gonna
You
have to
guys
put it on
rocked it.
He's gonna have to put it on his resume. He didn't realize he was so good at Pictionary. So,
Yeah, this is great. Adult Swim Pictionary.
guys, it was a lot of fun. I don't know. I'd like to find something else to do like that.
What did you didn't like Adult Swim Pictionary?
Yeah, I did, but it's like something. A lot of people do Pictionary, and maybe
I
there's
know.
something else. So
Who does Adult Swim Pictionary?
yeah, I
though?
know.
Yeah.
Maybe we will have it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you,
Yeah,
you,
guys.
and thank you guys so much for just making it more fun today as
It
well for
was.
Saturday night. Thank you so much for being here with us, family, friends. Saturdays spent well together.
It was. And we had a really great. And it was nice after, like, because we had a heavy conversation tonight to end it
Yeah.
on a bit of a light note, which he does with his life as well. So I think it's, it's
Yeah.
following the words of the wisdom. So, guys, you're absolutely awesome. So nice hanging out with you guys.
Night,
tonight.
night, and we won't see you tomorrow, but on Monday we're going to be back in our regular schedule at 8 p.m. Eastern from Monday to Saturday with our amazing guests and
Yeah.
you in the chat.
Hugs to you, Susie. Take care, guys. Love yous. Cheers and keep creating.
Love
Have
you.
a great night. Bye.